in your head.
No, are you blind? Are you blind, Daddy?
Jasmine sees you this way. Going up this way. As her mother. Do you think I should be proud of the woman that you have become? No! Listen, all she has done is try to help you.
No! Can't you see?
No!
What did you think? I'm going crazy!
It's in your head, baby. It's in your head.
No! Are you blind? Are you blind, Daddy?
Jasmine sees you this way. Going up this way. As her mother. Do you think I should be proud of the woman that you have become?
All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to Uncle Benu's channel. How you're doing today? Okay. This is usually like, I think this is gonna be the fastest show I've ever done online, and I hope you guys will understand. It's been a very, very busy day. And I just feel like, you know what, let's follow up on what we got going on yesterday. So my team and I, we got work. I actually mandated my team to make sure that we get to the bottom of whatever is going on between Federick Leonard and his beautiful wife. And so far, so good. I think they did an amazing job. They've been able to conceal whatever they got going on. But there are videos and there are some innuendos out there. And trust Nigerians. Nigerians are already bombarding Peggy's page. And they're asking Peggy the inevitable question. They're asking Peggy, where is your ring? Ooh, you see, Nigerians and Aproko, they are 5 and 6. Trust me, you can't beat Nigerians. You can't beat Nigeria in the game of grapevine. There are many Nigerians online who made it their job to monitor celebrities' marriages, and not just celebrity marriages, but also to monitor anybody generally. Hey Zainab, how are you? So I came across this video. I think the video was actually shared by one of my ladies, and in that video, netizens were asking Peggy, where is your ring? Peggy was not actually doing a lot. She just made a video and she was dancing. Where is it? I played that shit on Instagram before I come here. Okay, I think I found it. So I just want to show you guys, and I'm going to read some of the comments that I found under the post. It's crazy. It's funny. Nigerians are something else. Fear uno fear Nigerians. Even me that I'm a Nigerian, I'm scared of Nigeria. Hey, Sister Natu. Shout out to Sister Natu. Thank you, my sister. Sister Natu just blessed us with $10. 10 huge dollars. That's a lot. All right. Thank you, Sister Natu. Anyway, I'm not expecting people to show up for this one because it's a kind of like quick live show. So I just wanted to read the comments and what people are saying under Peggy's post. So Peggy made this video a while back. Nigerian ladies, our beautiful sisters, they like to turn it up when it comes to looking beautiful and all glammed up. So Peggy got a couple of attire and she made an Instagram video and shared it. And somebody who goes with the handle Ijoma Dicey now reshared the video and she had this caption, "Peggy, where is your ring?" And that is how the discussion started. Wala 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 for who no get ring. Sister Fina, how are you? Welcome, my sister. How is everybody around you, mama? So that's how the talk started. Though. So first, let me read the caption, and I will read those comments, and we can react to them. So the poster said, "Peggy Oviri Leonard fuels divorce rumors as she dishes her ring in new TikTok video. Lately, there has been several reports circulating about Peggy Oviri and Frederick Leonard's marriage. While they initially denied the divorce rumors, there are now reports that they have ended their marriage. While Peggy Oviri hasn't explicitly confirmed the divorce, there are social media posts suggesting they are no longer together. And with that comes the comment. You know, if you want to enjoy Nigeria's social media space, the fun is in the comment. Go on the year comment now. So Adao said, "I know say the film lord is whatever he calls himself. I know say the film lord or whatever he calls himself get bad character. It's very obvious. However, it is well. May the Lord heal their hearts." That comment got 286 likes. And the only thing I can take out of that comment is that it seems from Frederick Leonard's acting, people already deduced that he got some smelling character. But here is what I do say about actors and actresses. You can't really determine their character by mere looking at their performances on screen. However, there is something called consistent character in the movie world. Yeah, if you are into movie making, movie production, you would have heard about consistent character. Consistent character is a situation where an actor display almost the same character in every movie. In every movie. And if you are one of the people who do watch Frederick Leonard's movies a lot, you can tell that the guy has consistent character. He's almost the same thing, talks the same way, act the same way, carry the same haircut. Everything is just the same. And while I'm 100% in support of Nollywood, because of course we know we have a lot of talents in Nollywood, one of the things that turns me off is their inability to change their appearances. They always look the same across all movies. And I think that's right there is what set aside some legendary actors like Genevieve, I think Yemi Blanc, who else again? Hank Anuku when he was still acting. Ramsey Nouah never changed his look. Jim Ike, consistent look. The appearance is always like the same. And to be candid, that is BS. They hardly change their look. So Freddie Leonard, in all his movie, is the same appearance, same look, same body movement, same body carriage, same intonation, same mannerism. You see? So I think people can add 1+2 that the way he acts in the movie is actually the way he behaves in real life. So I can agree with that comment right there. Victoria said, "This fine video, the ring was the only thing people noticed." Well, that is the internet for you, my dear. There are people called, there are some people they call womb washers. And those womb washers, they are similar to the people who we refer to as ring watchers. These are people who are always fixated on the ring. Oh, she's married. Where is her ring? Oh, she's this. Where is her ring? Oh, this man is going out. What is he doing? Where is his ring? Some people are just obsessed with ring, especially when it comes to married actors. It is always where your ring, where your ring, where your ring. And one question I do ask is this: marriage is not about the wedding ring. Wedding ring wouldn't stop anybody from cheating on their partners. I think the earlier we get that right, the better for us all. Ring does not determine how your marriage will be, if you're going to have a successful marriage or not. Putting on your ring or not putting on your ring would not determine that. I've been married for the longest. I think I probably wear my ring maybe first year and then maybe second year. I remember even when I got to the United States, I wear my ring a couple of times, but I continue to lose them. I lost my ring every now and then, and for the past like 10 years now, I've not had any ring on my hands. And that doesn't mean that if I'm not wearing ring, maybe I want to go do something. And it is the same for a lot of couples out there. Many couples don't wear ring and they still have fantastic time together. So I think we should quit this ring washers thing. Ring won't stop a man or woman from doing what they're not supposed to do. I beg, I'm so sorry. Ring no go stop shit. Sister Natu said, I have not worn my ring over 4 years. It become too small and we did not replace it. So Sister Natu, I don't know why people are just so fixated on ring. Where's your ring? Where's your ring? Ring don't stop shit. The actual ring is in your heart. Okay, the main ring is in your heart. All right. If you meet people who are committed to each other, even their body language, the way they carry themselves, you don't need a soothsayer to tell you that they are married. All right. So I think people should spare Peggy on that ring thing. All right. Let's move on. Miss Premium Men's Premium Thrift said, I have been married for 17 years. I stopped using my ring a month after, and I'm still married. Exactly. That actually got 301 likes. Exactly. Ring doesn't determine longevity of your marriage. Your attitude, your behavior, your understanding, how you treat each other is what matters, not what people are saying or people's expectation of your marriage. Nah. Chimobi said, anyone will divorce his or her partner, go wait first. Make we never marry for the first time marry. Full stop. And she got 385 likes. All right, let's move on. The Phenomena said, it's been over 5 years now where I never wear ring. Make una dey play. Yes, so Franca said, beautiful woman. And CB Girl said, her beauty is timeless. Olivia said, I remember back then when I told her that marrying a 45 plus single, no kids, and never been married before was a big red flag. She vexed, blocked me. Now, how about that? Let's discuss that. I remember yesterday during our show, I think I emphasized this particular point. Hey, Luke, what's up? Welcome. Sister Marriott, welcome, my sister. How are you doing? So I remember on our show yesterday, I mentioned it and I said, hey, listen, any man who got the means and he's 40, never married, no kids, no baby mama anywhere, nothing, and he's 40 plus, that man is a walking red flag. I know this gonna piss my brotherhood off. All right, brother, I'm probably gonna be mad with me for saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. If you want verse una, make it verse una. Go do the right thing. If you are 40, in fact, from 35, if you're a young man and you're listening to me right now, if you are 45, you are from 35, start getting ready to be married. Okay? Get ready to be married. From 35, whatever it is you are chasing, if you haven't made it by 35, it means that God probably wants one or two things to be in place before you get what you are looking for. In our case, as Africans, as Nigerians, men, most time, what we're looking for is stability. We want stable job, or we want success in businesses. We want to be able to make certain amount of money before we settle down. I get it. But listen, things are different for each person. To some, it is after you get married or you have babies, that is when God will open doors and bless you differently. So I still stay with my own thought and my opinion. Any man who is 40 years old, no baby, no ex-wife, never married before, nothing, he is a walking red flag. He might even have infertility issues. Yes, I said it. Not everybody, but it's a possibility. Welcome, Sister Natu. How are you doing, my sister?
I'm doing
Hello,
well, sir.
Sister
How are you?
Natu. I'm
Sir,
fine now. Thank you for
good
this
afternoon.
chat. God bless you, Sister Natu. God bless you.
Anytime, sir.
So, Sister Natu, that comment
Sir.
right there. This person
I
said,
would,
let me read the comment again. The person said, I remember back then when I told her that marrying a 45 plus single, no kids, and never been married before was a big red flag. She vexed, blocked me. What your take, man?
I really, I don't know how I feel about that statement. Honestly speaking, I don't think it goes for all. Let's also
Mm-hmm.
remember that not everybody is meant to get married in this life. Some people are they're gonna probably not be married. We have an uncle that probably, I think he was almost 50, never married, no kids. He was a medical doctor. People are married to their careers, honestly speaking. So people don't want another person in their space because of the price that comes with marriage. Like you have to let other people come in your space. They are coming from a different background. You don't know how they are being raised. Are they gonna come mess up your space? Blah blah blah. Some people don't want to deal with that. So marriage is not for everybody. So if you wake up and feel like marriage is not for you, don't want to do it, please don't bring another person's child and stress her out. Just stay where you are, enjoy yourself. That's it. So
Right?
I'm not gonna say red flag for everybody because people are chasing different things. Some people want to be settled. Some people don't believe that wife and children will bring the good luck. So if they marry, children will come. Some people don't want to bring their wife and children to go through stuff like that. So they want to have their shit together. Some people it might take longer. Oh, got married, I was 34, my husband was 38. Never
Mm-hmm.
married, no kids, and all the stuff. So it's just even when I was in America, when people saw me that time, when I say, "Oh, I'm 33, I'm 32, no
Mm.
kids," they were like, "What?" I mean, I know it's not normal, but I don't think it's a red flag, honestly speaking. It
Yeah,
depends.
yeah,
Some
yeah.
people,
Yes, go on, man.
some people might decide not to get married because they're philanderers. Some people
Okay.
might be doing other stuff. So it depends, honestly speaking. But I don't want to agree that every man over 40 that's not married is a walking red flag.
Yep. Yep. Thank you. Sister Mario said, you be infertility issue. Yes, we
I
have
choked on
male,
that one though.
we have male infertility. You see, Sister Natu is real. It's not the case for everybody, I know,
It's true.
but it's a
It's
possibility.
true.
We have male infertility, okay?
It's true.
And sometimes it can come up in all shades and colors. Male infertility can stem from various causes. To be frank, it can be sperm problem, genetic issue, or medical conditions. It can be from infection. Let's call it what it is. I know we give brotherhood a lot of breaks. We spare men in so many things, but let's call it what it is. Maybe some of them will hear my voice now and they'll start thinking about it. I remember I think, was it maybe when I was around 32 years old or something, and we were having a conversation one time, and one of my friends, not my close friend though, yeah. Okay, I'm coming. Sorry, I got people walking in the house. So I remember then one of my friends said, I've never impregnated a guy before. And we were like, even though he's not my close friend, but we still hang out together, Nigeria thing. And we were like, really? When many of us, may God forgive us, some of us, we know of abortion, some of us do so many things. And later when we met again, my mouth no go kuma me. I tell the guy, say, bro, if not true, say you never give woman belly before, go check yourself out too. Go check yourself out. So these guys, many of these guys walking around, they are walking red flags. A man who is 40 and not married, the only excuse that is legit as far as I'm concerned is, okay, maybe I wanted to achieve certain level in my career, or I'm expecting myself to be at this level. I never reached there. That's why I never want to settle down. At 40, okay, maybe we can spare you. Or maybe you've committed to a relationship before, the guy disappointed you and all that. Okay, fine. But this, I'm a fine boy and people hailing you. At 40, you are not my guy, go sit down there. You have family problems. Something is seriously wrong with you. At 40 as a man, you no give person belly, no baby mama. You get motor, you get better house. You are not married. Bros, go sit down. Something is wrong with you. Go check yourself out. If you hear me, this one vex you, go check yourself out. I no go apologize. It's not normal for you not to be married at 40. You have never been married before. You know if get picky hiding, Baba, go sit down, Gary. Something is wrong with you. Something is seriously wrong with you. The only excuse a man can give, besides okay, I never make money, that can make. If I now money be the main thing self, and not anybody go tell me as a man that 40. What is your lifespan? Especially if you're in a place like Nigeria. Your lifespan is probably around 60, 70. If God bless you, now you reach there. When you want to come born picking, when you want to get married. Any man, I say it and I will say it again, when I see my face. If you are 40 years old, 40 years plus, and you are single, you have a car, you have an apartment, and you are single, you get family problem. You get village people are after you. Go for deliverance. Go check yourself out. Or maybe you are a ritualist. Something is wrong with you. What excuse do you have? There is money. I better go. That's my take anyway. It might be hard, but go and have a rethink. If a woman is 40 years old and she never married before, she never get picky, she never conceived before, nothing happened. She's 40 years old. What are we going to say? May we not lie. Sister Natu, just help me out there. May we not lie. 40 years old woman.
No, for a woman, it doesn't apply the same.
Ma?
Especially now, I said for a woman, it does not apply the same. The highest if a woman is 40 and is not married, you just think that maybe she has spiritual husband.
Or Sister Natu, I am changing the narrative now. Just as, in fact, when we say it's not the same with men, we are giving them excuses. Let's call it what it is.
No. I said if a woman is 40 and not married, they will not tag her the same as a man as a red flag.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Yes.
They go drag her. How many sisters they out now? Once they hit 40, 41, 42, they go frustrate their life. It's the same thing with men.
And that's what's making a lot of women go enter into this marriage when they are not ready. Because of those there's peer pressure, societal pressure, and all the rest of it.
Which kind of thing be that? Somebody say it's not an excuse. A woman cannot make a man marry her. A man chooses a bride.
AJ, I didn't say they're spiritual husband. I said people will say.
Yes.
People will say. Let me tell you something, Uncle Ben. Even all the things that happen, and people always say, "Oh, village people catch this person. Village people do this one. Village people do that one." Let me tell you one quick story that happened with me. I would
Yeah.
have not been here today. And if that thing had happened
Wait,
to
no,
me,
Sister Nato, I beg, no verse. Make I answer these people just 1 minute.
sure,
Just continue.
sure,
Sister Rose, make
yeah.
una continue. They come.
So I would have not been here today, right? But if something had happened to me in 2021 and I went to Nigeria and came back, they would have said that my village people have seen my star and they have pied me. What had happened with me was that I was severely anemic and I didn't know. So I was like always tired, fatigue, and I was complaining to my husband. And I used to take Advil PM to sleep. So it got to a point where I would take 4 Advil PM and not be able to sleep up to 4 hours. So I had this doctor that was very inconsistent. So I told one of my friends, I said, "Oh, I got this new Nigerian doctor. Maybe you should try her out." And I said, "Okay, let me go and do blood work since I had my insurance at that time." And then when I went, and the doctor was like, "Okay, is there anything that you look healthy? Was there anything that we need to do? We're gonna run your blood work, blah blah blah." I just told her I have problems sleeping. And the woman said, "Okay." They took the blood work. The blood work came back. I think she asked them to expedite the blood work because she wanted to see. When the blood work came, this woman called me around this time. I was getting ready to go to work, working in a command center. And she said, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm home." She said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Oh, I'm getting ready to go to work." She said, "I need to check into a hospital now." Me, as an evil outside girl that I am, I like money. I said, "Can I do it tomorrow? Because I'm going to work." She said, "No, you have to do it today." And she said, "You cannot drive. Somebody have to drive you. I just want to let you know that you are severely anemic." That was the word that she used. "You are severely anemic. Your blood is supposed to, your hemoglobin is supposed to be over 11 plus. And my hemoglobin was below 5." So people that are medical personnel on this call, they will tell you. So, and the doctor said to me, "I don't know how you're walking around like that." She said, "Your hemoglobin supplies oxygen to your brain. So because you don't have enough, so it's like somebody holding your neck and choking you and you can't breathe and you can't talk. So you're starving your brain of oxygen. And that's why you're not able to sleep. And every time your brain is always like awake, hitting you up and down." And she said, "If you are not come to the hospital now, if they say, when you hear they say people slump and pie," she's like, "This is the kind of scenario that happens." So I went to the hospital and she said, don't drive." When I got there, they were waiting for me at the door with a wheelchair. And I told them I can walk. They say, "You're not allowed to walk." The moment we went to the ER and they mentioned my doctor's name, that's how everybody rushed me. In like less than 30 minutes, they run all the tests, and then next thing, blood transfusion. Like in a blow like this, I got two blood transfusion, like two pints of blood. So what am I saying? I'm just saying that's what people will say when stuff like this happen without knowing like the real reason. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because if I had pie now, they're like, you not to wait past me for store Nana and just walk straight, go like this way we talk to Nana, Nana, Nana. No, that girl was fine. She looks healthy, she was normal. No. So that's why I said sometimes when your woman is up to 40, they say spiritual husband. Sometimes some people don't know. Sometimes some people choose to chase career. I'm telling you, some people, marriage is not in there. One of my auntie cried at 52. She never wanted to get married, but her family didn't know. They were just like, "It is now, you are a nurse, you have a car, you have a house, you are rich, you don't want to get married. What kind of thing is this? Like your village people are tying you." Until one day I had a conversation with her. She said, "I don't want to get married."
All right. No wahala, Sister Natu. Thank you. Sister Grace, you want to help us add to this? Hello, Auntie Grace. Hey, yeah.
Is that
Maybe.
Auntie Grace or Adama?
Ah.
Brother, brother, Kayode,
No,
Kayode.
Tomato, leave him
their
alone
profile,
now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is
their
Sister
profile look the
Dama.
same now, Dr. Dama. No verse. How you doing, my
This is
sister?
Sister Grace.
Dr.
Greetings,
Dama,
everyone. Yes, sir.
welcome, my sister. I'm of the opinion that men at 40 plus, 45, no marriage, no baby, no nothing, they are walking red flags. What's your take, man?
Yes, that was the reason why I came in. I can't say this. I don't know how to say this louder. Please, it's good for men. Please, twice a year, go see your urologist. Please,
Mhm.
twice a year, go visit your urologist. And when you get up in the morning, just like for we women, when we're taking a bath, we do a self exam with our breasts to check for lumps. Same thing with the men. When you get up in the morning, please feel your balls. Sorry, I'm being so explicit here. So please make sure you're feeling those things, because you need to know how to do those self check on your own as a man. And yes, men do have low sperm count. There are various of things that can that can cause low low sperm count. You know, if you have blood sugar, blood pressure, a lot of things. And there are things as well that you can do. You can get injections as well to boost your low sperm count. So this is the only way you can find out all this. Here in America, they call it a specialist, which is what a urologist is. So it's important for men who have access, and here in the diaspora, if you have a medical practitioner, you need to have a specialist as well, which is what a urologist. Just like we women, when we go to the gynecologist for our, vajayjay, or whatever they call it on YouTube. I don't know if I'm using the right word, but
Yeah.
it's the same thing for men. So we need to take men health seriously, just like what you said, Uncle Ben. For a man to be at that age and not have any kids, something is definitely wrong. You need to do a full medical check on yourself. And you want it, there's nothing wrong with having a low sperm count. Let me say it. If it is caught early, it can be fixed. But this is, I'm of the opinion, just like Sister Natu said, please leave people alone. If people say they don't want to have children, they don't want to get married, just respect their opinion. You don't have to like it. Respect it. You that have chosen the way you want to live your life that way. If you see someone say now, oh, I don't want to have kids. I have someone that has been in my life. We went to school, to med school, everything. She doesn't have a child. And this is what she knew. She is happy the way she is. She's married to a great man. It what works for A might not work for B. But let's learn to let people live the life they feel they are fulfilled. Just because they are not doing things that are normal to us doesn't mean they are not fulfilled. And one thing we need to remember, I need to remind every one of us: not everyone is meant to be a mother. Not everyone is meant to be a father. It's just the way life is. We don't have to
Share I
like it.
talk am.
I,
Mhm.
sister, that you don't have to be your. When I heard your voice, I came in. I said,
Okay.
what you just said drew me, because I was laying down. I said, I want not to. You just triggered me, because I remember her, and she was someone that got picked on, in our friend group. Like everybody was getting. I said, leave her alone. She doesn't want to get. She doesn't want to have kids. Leave her. She's fine. You don't know what people are going through. Just let people be. And like I said, my last statement, not everyone is meant to be a father. Not everyone is meant to be a mom. There are people who are not any of those things. And trust me, when you leave kids with them, they do a better job than those that have those children. So you
Okay.
need to learn to meet people where they are.
Dr.
Yes,
Adama,
sir.
I have one
Yes.
small pushback on that to my sister.
All right, go ahead, sir.
This not everyone wants to be a father or want to be a mother. Is
No
that
one, not
in,
everybody is meant to be.
is different too.
I know, but I'm just saying that
People
what we're saying is that not everybody is meant to be.
not if everybody is not meant to be, we get that. Meaning per destiny, per life happening to
Benny,
them, right?
Benny,
Okay.
Benny.
But we also know that the people who per destiny or per life situation under circumstances are not mothers or fathers, it
Mhm.
is not the same as them not desiring to be father or mother. You get what I
Okay.
mean, Sister Natu?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
understand what you're saying. Yes.
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Now,
can I say something? Can I
Okay.
say something? What you just said now? Okay. I'll shock everyone. When I speak on this platform, especially your platform, I want to
mm,
make one thing clear. I speak based on my own experience, my life issues, things I've witnessed, and the people I surround myself with. I'm not imposing my will, my belief on anyone, but I speak based on I'm a realist. I'm very realistic when I open my mouth and talk. I don't do things based on emotion. Let me say something now that will shock you, Uncle Ben and the panelists. Do you know my 18-year-old? She said she doesn't want any kids.
Okay.
Tell her the auntie is
She's,
proud of her.
I'm telling you, she has made that. She said she doesn't want any kids. She doesn't, she, and this is
But I
someone,
don't know. I would
she's,
sorry to interject. I would take that over her being a very stupid mom. So
thank
tell her
you.
the auntie is proud of
Thank you.
her.
Thank you. This is someone her cousins when her cousins come over, she she loves babies. When she's told us this, me and her dad looked at her. We asked her why. She said, "That's not what I want in life right now." And if I was just to, if you ask me, I hear. And we were talking about culture, how our African culture, no, you have to take care of, like, you have to create your own generation and stuff like that. And she said, I don't want to create any. I just want to enjoy life, travel, work, my career, this career. And I looked at her and I said, if that's what will make you happy, do what makes you happy.
And it will shock you that that might change in the future. Oh.
Yes, that might change.
That
She's
might change.
only
Yeah.
18. She's only 18 making this decision. And her 24-year-old is looking at her saying, I'm not surprised. And you know why I said I'm not surprised for her? No, it's true now. Now, listen, I know my child. I am not surprised. Let me tell you, if you come to her room, she's so meticulous, the way she has her things, the way she has her room, everything. She's such a giver that is one thing I worry about so much, that people will take advantage of her. She knows her weakness. If she sees a baby now, she teaches I'm a with there's something called Sabbath school in my church. She teaches little kids. And she's so good with little kids. When I asked her, she said, "No, I want to love them and give them back, but to keep them as mine, no, I can't." And she had this home economics class they did. I don't know, Uncle Belly, if your daughter has taken that class. They took babies home for a whole week. Hi, my daughter. She has to wake up, change the baby. This class was to tell them about teen pregnancy. Ever since my daughter took that class, she said, forget it. Mommy, I don't know how you did this with. No, 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 no. She said, this is not normal. I have to wake up to change the baby. The baby was crying all the time. The baby was this. The baby was that. She said, now I see why women have postpartum depression. So, Uncle Ben, I hope that answers your question. But what I'm trying to say is, yes, circumstances might place medical reasons or whatever life issues might be the reason why some people do not have a child or this thing. But at the same time, there's a point, Sister Natu made, which is what I'm making. Not everybody is called to be a mom, and not everyone is called to be a father.
Thank you, Dr. Adama, for that. That is, of course, understandable. But here is the thing: there are some choices you make if you are in Western world. That is okay. Nobody give an F. But there are some decisions you make if you are in African society and you live in Africa, that it's gonna be difficult for people to understand. Now, where me I'm coming from is people who don't want to live in their truth. If you don't want to be married, made it simple, especially if you are in public eyes. Yes, we still see our actors and actresses here in the United States being dragged at times. That is why they always come out and say, okay, this is me. This is my choice. But if you I'll give an example with this guy's situation going on now. Obviously, this guy, I don't think this guy wants to be married. I don't know him. I don't know his choice or whatever he's dealing with. But in African society, where we come from, it is rare to see somebody say, oh, a man, I don't want to be married. I don't want children. They hard. If anybody have a pushback.
Raben, let me tell you why that has been hard. I want to remind you that this thing that we're talking about, these cultures are man-made. That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, because of the way our society is, it has not been able to allow people like that to express their self. And that is why we have in the past have wife beaters, horrible husbands, deadbeat dads, fathers in the house that you don't even know they are there. We have a lot of them. But because our society has not been able to allow people to express themselves, that's why we don't know about it until now.
Sister Natu, it's like I will really get into my traditional mood right now.
That's
Uncle
traditional. That's
Ben.
why they
Uncle
tell you. See,
Ben,
that's
let's
why I'm
Uncle
telling
Ben.
you.
Hold
Go
Uncle
on
Ben.
That's
now.
into it.
no,
Go
no,
into
no, no,
it.
no, Uncle
Hold
Ben.
Natu
on,
is
hold
here.
That's
on.
what Uncle Ben. That's what I'm
Yeah,
telling you. That tradition that you're talking about is man-made.
agreed. But let me
Good.
hear me out first. Sister Grace, you want to say something, ma?
That
Yes,
same
Uncle Ben.
tradition is the one that makes it forbidden for they see it as a sin for a woman not to be able to have child. How can you be a woman not be able to
We
have
don't
Thank
worry,
child?
we're
you.
gonna have
Thank
this
you, Natu.
conversation.
Natu,
I
thank
already tell my
you.
boss, say I
Thank
go
you.
calculate 1 hour. So let's take it one at a time. Let's
Yes.
have this
And if
mature
you need
Um,
conversation.
doctor's notes to make it
um,
longer so that you want to go out for the whole day, just let me know, okay?
Ma?
I
See,
say if
speaking
you need
um,
of
doctor's notes that will take you out the whole day, just let me know.
you people are bad in this group.
Uncle
All
Ben.
of you are bad.
No, we're gonna have this conversation. Sister Grace, let's hear your view, ma.
Yeah. I don't know how the conversation started. I heard you talking about if a man is at 40 and is not married, no baby is a red flag. And you talked about women that are in their 40, they are not married. Like I heard Sister Natu and Dr.
Okay.
Dama saying that.
Okay, let me quickly bring you up to speed, ma.
Okay,
What I'm actually doing on this show is just a reaction show, following up
okay,
on what we did yesterday. So there is this video of Peggy, Freddie Leonard's wife, who someone else posted on Instagram, and the caption on that video is Peggy, where is your ring? So I was reading comment. I actually don't wanted to bring anybody in because I thought it's just going to be like maybe 40 minutes or something. But as we are discussing, I now realize that this is a very important topic we need to deliberate on. That's when I started say, let me bring people in. So when I was reading the comment, there is this particular comment by one of the people on that thread that says he or she warned Peggy that Frederick is a 45 years old man, that he has never been married, no child anywhere, nothing at 45, that he is actually allegedly a red flag. So I
okay,
now said, yesterday I mentioned this, that for me, as far as I'm concerned, if a man is 40 plus, never married, no baby, nothing, and you are okay, you have a car, you have an apartment, you have a good job, you are not married, that man is a walking red flag. So I now follow up by saying that sometimes that man need to go and check himself out, because if you are 40, nobody ever told you say they don't get belay for you before, and you they sleep with woman.
yeah,
Big deal, it's a problem. So I made an example of when I was like around 32 years old. My friends, we were talking one time, and one of our friends said that he had never impregnated anybody before, that no guy has ever told him that he impregnated anybody before. We talk about it, we laugh about it. Then later I met him again and I told him that, dude, go and check yourself out. So I now mention infertility, that sometimes you as a man, 35, 40, you they sleep with women every now and then. None of them don't conceive before. Something is wrong. Go and check yourself out. So, Sister Marriott in the chat, the Marriott say, Uncle Beno, infertility. So I now say, yes, we have male infertility. And there are so many factors that can be responsible for male infertility. So for a man
sure.
who is at 40, you not get picky, you not get anything, you are a walking red flag. That is where we are. So Sister Natu came in and now help me chime in on it. So that's where you met us, man. And I also
Oh,
said,
okay.
because sometimes we give men a lot of lean way. Some of the things we scream and yell on women about, when it be man, we're just, hey, na man, which is part of the problem. Now that's when I ask that if a woman is 40, 42. No pikin, no marriage, nothing. And she's successful. We go talk. People go begin to say, look at her. She's old cargo. She's this, is that. And I say it's the same thing with men. If you are 40 plus, you know my bros, for me, get the fuck out of my sight. Something is terribly wrong with you. So that's why we're having the conversation. And my take is, if you decide, say, you don't want to get pikin, you don't want to get wife, you don't get it, and you are a public person, maybe no. It's my choice. So I don't want to get pikin, I don't want to get wife. But don't pretend. Because all these people, I've seen a lot of people who married late and they married wrong. They married late and they treat their wife poorly. They treat their wives badly. So why don't you just accept your fate? Say, okay.
They treat their wife badly because they are not ready, and you people from the society pressure them to go and marry, and they end up marrying and they are still doing bad.
Let
Some
them
people have bad
they are
behavior.
not ready. That's justice, is our grace. May we give you
Yes.
space.
So with what I can see from the whole thing, all of this is a kind of assumption. We don't know what is happening in their relationship. Obviously, like you said, men, whether you are married, you are not married, and you still want to have babies in the future, and you are 40, you need to get yourself checked out. I have a friend here who, like, she's over 40, and relationship was difficult. When they say people are not married or people don't have children, everybody's circumstances is different. It could be as a result of what has happened in the past. It might not be as a result of choice. And then you find yourself in that circumstance. And she wanted a baby. And then she approached a friend for donor. And the friend was so sure of himself because he had 3 children in the past. By the time they ran the test, they discovered that there was nothing in the sperm. He had children in the past. Then he felt bad and started treating himself. And then they brought it to what the doctor said it was all right to go, but the IVF didn't work. So, like you said, there's need for people to check themselves. Anything can go wrong, even after you've had your children. Both in men and in women, infertility can come at any time. So, like I said, we don't know what is happening in that relationship. We don't know what is causing the trouble in that relationship. For it might not necessarily be a red flag for everyone. It could also be. I never like generalizing. And in the case of women who don't have children, it might be as a result of choice. I don't want it. Or they are not married. It might be as a result of I do not want to get married. It might also be because of it didn't work. Relationship didn't work. They went into a relationship, like, say for instance, Peggy didn't want to marry this guy. And they've been on and on for 7 years. It's been breaking up. She must have tried, like I said yesterday, she must have tried other relationship and it didn't work. And eventually, if she doesn't marry, people will just say, oh, it's because she's pursuing her career. She didn't just find somebody to settle with. It's just this, we keep judging people, especially with this social media era. We don't know what goes around in people's home, in their head, in their relationship, but we just keep talking. Whatever that is going on in the relationship, we still don't know. All right?
Yeah.
So people not having children might be as a result of choice. It might be as a result of maybe God didn't just give them. I have seen people without children, they've done IVF even when they are married. IVF, IUI, all sorts of things. It didn't just come. They either settle for adoption or for surrogacy if they have the money. So some people say want to even do surrogacy. The pregnancy is not coming. Like I heard Sister not talking about marrying. Is it what something water spiritual husband?
Spiritual husband.
Yeah, this is what some people could just say it is. It might not necessarily. We don't know what is going on in people. Some people might be out of choice. I don't want it. Some people, it might not actually be. They've spent everything that they have. It didn't work. They've done everything in relationship and it didn't work. Societal pressure is just too much on people. It's possible Peggy wouldn't have settled with this man because of societal pressure. If you don't marry, oh, you are not worth it. You are not this. You are not that. This is what this society offer, this culture that you're talking about has turned people into. It doesn't have to be. If it didn't work for you, move ahead with your life and do some other thing with your life. If it worked for you, okay, don't pressure people into doing it because people are doing it, because it is a tradition, because it is what people know as norm. There's nothing like norms in people's life. What is norm to you might not be what is norm to the other person.
Uncle Ben, are you hearing it, Mr. Traditional?
Look,
So
I'm hearing it, but we just have to sort this thing out. Maybe if you guys hear me out, we might at least agree on something.
we are
We are
hearing
just
you,
expressing our
Uncle
opinion.
Ben. No two people are the same. You don't know what the person is going through. He must have tried. It didn't work. What are you gonna do? People are getting married because people are saying if you are married, you belong. It shouldn't be. So we should stop preaching this culture, tradition, whatever. People should be what they want to be. Apart from you being agege, I'm not. I'm not going for that.
All right. Thank you, Sister Grace. Uncle Dio is here. Before I move to Uncle Dio, I have a lot of questions, but let me just give you one so we'll be thinking about it before we move on. One of the questions I have is this. Should people belong to a religion? That's one of the questions I want to ask because I want to relate it to this culture and tradition. I've heard people spoke a lot about culture and tradition, how they hate it, how they don't like it. We're in Africans. We always say culture, we always say tradition. And yet, the Western world where we live, they have their culture, they have their traditions. We live here with them, we practice their culture and tradition. Why we have problem as Africans?
So what is
We
culture
never
you're preaching
appreciate
about
our own
marriage?
thing. We don't
What is it?
appreciate our own thing. We like what other people are. Even this, whatever they are doing in Western world, all these things we are preaching right now. Oh, people should not do this. So, if they don't want, let us have it. This choice that people want to make, those are part of the Western culture. The
Uncle
point
Ben,
is,
Uncle Ben,
if you
Uncle
are
Ben,
working here,
sorry. This culture you're talking about, if relationship is not working for the person, should the person kill him or herself? Or
no,
if
no,
you are
no, no,
praying
no,
for
no, no.
baby is not
Auntie,
coming, would you kill yourself?
Auntie, it's a different conversation entirely. And we will get to it, but Mr. Dayo, what's your take first on this 40 years plus, no single, no married, nothing, sir?
Okay. Anyway, good evening to everybody in the house, all the Ray farm. I say good evening to you all. It's evening over here. I'm happy to be here, and this discussion is very, very sensitive. Good evening, Dr. Andama, Sister Grace, Sister Natsu, CB,
Good
and
evening,
everybody.
Mr. Dio. Good
Sister
evening.
Maria.
Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening. Now, back to the topic. I had a personal experience which was not that good. When I was growing up, I have this bosom friend. We grew up together. When we're in our 40s, I've already had a couple of kids. But at the age of 40, this guy has not even married or given birth, or he was not even looking to settle down. When we were 40, I called him as a friend. I said, boy, come. Me and you, we are friends. And people know that I'm married and I'm already having children, but you. And it was my best friend then. It's late now. So at that time, I told him, I said, Charlie, even though you give birth today, at the age of 40, by the time you are 65, you will still be paying school fees. So you better borrow yourself sense. Because the child that you give birth to today, you are going to be responsible for that child for the next 25 years before the child can become independent. So if you don't start now, you may have a future problem working on your head. It was not like, it's true. And luckily for him, he listened to me. And he got married that same year, had a child. But unfortunately, the child was just around 8 years old when my friend passed. Now, the question is this. When you're coming back to our culture and tradition, the reason why we in Africa or we in Nigeria take it to be a red flag if a man is 40 or maybe you are like about 40 plus and you don't have a child is because they are looking at the future. whether I like it or yes, a man that is not yet having a child at the age of 40 in Africa here, by the time you will be 65, you will have reached your retirement age and you still be paying school fees. It's not easy. So if you are sure that you want to have a child at all, it's not by force. You must start early. That was the reason why they put pressure. On the other hand, if a man decides not to have a child at all, he's free from all these burdens. Except, of course, if you have a problem, medically proven that you cannot have a child, which you must treat if you still have plan to have it in the future. But if you know that you want to have a child at all, you must start before 40. Otherwise, it will be too late for you to be able to cope. And then, even though you start at 40, by having children at 40, how long will you be able to stay alive to be able to enjoy your life after the children must have been trained and all? So that is the culture part. But coming out to this present age that we are in, it's a matter of choice. Now, we have people that they say, I don't want to have a child, not because they don't want to, but because they just look at the stress of going through it all. That, oh, I cannot go through this pain. I cannot allow any child to disturb me. Most especially career women. Most career women, if you put them on, maybe on a scale of 1 to 10, how many of them don't really want to have a child? I think you'll be getting 6 out of 10. Because why? Most of them want to be independent. They want to be free. But culture and tradition will like demand it on them. No, it's not that they don't love children. It's just because that is what they have chosen to be. Same thing with men. But not to shy away from our topic. If a man that has not been married, if a man that wants to have children and has not been married over the age of 40, before he now decide to go into it, like the case that we are now studying about now, this my guy, Federick, I think there's an issue there. Very, very, very big issue. And now, unfortunately also, I'm not saying he has any problem or I'm not saying he has any health challenges. So, married for 2 years with his wife, no child yet. A lot of things are begging for some answers there. But it is not a must that anybody should marry and have children. No, it's not a must. Me, I don't see it as anything serious. It's a choice. Thank you.
Married for only 2 years, no kids, you are begging for answers.
Say that again, Sister Natu.
No, but that's last
Yes, I'm
statement. You
begging for
said that he's
answers.
married
Do you know
for
why?
2 years, no kids. That's begging for.
Do you know why?
So I tell you,
Do you know why? How old is he now?
doesn't
Ooh,
matter.
this
No,
guy
it matters because why?
is
How
probably
Yes,
maybe
how
46
old
or
how
47.
old is
No,
the
it does not
he's
lady
matter.
probably
again?
in his 50s now.
Mm-mm.
He's
And I
probably
will
in his
tell you why it
50s
does
now.
not matter.
And as a
No,
Nigerian,
but it doesn't matter though.
Okay, hold
No, it
on.
doesn't
Let's
matter.
take
no,
one at a time.
I'm not forcing him to.
Brother, let me
I'm not
tell
forcing
you,
him.
let me tell you why I'm
Hold on,
saying it
please.
doesn't matter and I'm arguing this topic with you. I'm going to be 43 this year. My husband is going to be 47 this year.
Hold on, Sister
Sometimes,
Natu. Somebody's phone is bringing feedback.
is
I
that
think
me?
it's coming from Mr. Dio. All right, go ahead.
The reason why I'm arguing this is that they just married 2 years. You don't know people's challenges, so you can't say, oh, they married 2 years, no kid, that's begging for answers. Like they need to know what's going on. Even if something's going on, it's not our business. You want them to be married, they are married. Now there's no kids, there's problem. Sometimes some couple might decide we don't want to have kids, we want to enjoy ourselves. Or they are trying for kids and it's not coming. Some people might be perfectly okay, the children are not just coming. Understand that part. These cultural things that we make that people, the blessing of a marriage, when people marry, they have to have kids. God bless people in different ways.
I agree with you.
Somebody's
I agree
destiny
with
is
you, my sister.
echoing back.
Mr. Dio. Mr. Dio, your phone is bringing feedback. It has not been this before. Are you using headphone or not? If you are using earpiece, remove the earpiece. Or if you are not using earpiece, plug the earpiece. It's bringing feedback. Okay. So for those who are asking Frederick Leonard's age, that's his age. He's 45 years old. Okay.
And nothing
Now
is wrong with being 45 and have no kids.
let me
Nothing is
let me
wrong with that. We need
uh,
to stop this thing about the African culture. This I love the African culture. I celebrate the African culture. But let me remind every one of us, those culture are man-made. They were not designed or designated by God. or whatever, whichever one. Let's allow people to live, and so that we can all live. You don't know, just like Sister Natu said, now you don't know what they are going through. Wise. That's what you see in the African culture. You see a 50 something year old man marrying a 20 something year old man because of what? He wants a child. And it turns out that the man is even the problem. He's not capable of impregnating a 20 something years old. But at the end of the day, there's nothing, in my own opinion, which I believe is Sister Natu's opinion as well, and Sister Grace's opinion. A man at that age with no kids, I don't have a problem with it. We don't have a problem with it. So, Uncle Ben, why do
Okay.
you have a problem with it?
Let me clarify something real quick, because it's like, I know some people are still not used to how I'm branding this channel and how it operates. Now, my take is not about Federick Leonard. Please, let's clear something out, please. I've always said it that when we are treating trending issues, we are just using whoever is trending as the base for the conversation. Every other thing that is being said is not particularly for that person. I'm not getting paid for this. I'm not even making money from this channel. Shout out to you, Sister Natu, for that super chat. God bless you. This is the channel that stressed me the most. This is where I go live almost every day, and I'm not even making shishi from it. And if you know me very well, I'm an Omoibo. I work by hour. I calculate if I do this thing, how much will I make from it?
You're correct, Odogu Parara, aren't you?
Yes, so whatever I do, I calculate it in terms of the monetary value. So this channel, I'm not making money from it, honestly speaking. All the money I'm making from YouTube, I'm making money, but it's not much. Most of that money comes from my other channels. But the reason why I love doing this is because if we don't have platforms where we can share ideas, where we can discuss things that affect a lot of people, then we won't learn. So please, when I bring topics like this, whoever we are using is just the base. But we need to understand that whatever that celebrity or that person is facing is happening to thousands, if not millions of people. And some people might watch, they will listen, and they will grab something. So please don't let us, if we are looking at it, this Frederick, this is not about Frederick Leonard. Frederick just happened to be a celebrity that this thing is happening to. There are millions of Nigerians, Africans, who are in this same shoe right now that we don't know about because they are not famous. So please, if we have that understanding, then you can now understand where I'm going to with this conversation. Yes, there are people who don't want to have kids. But as Africans, when somebody, as we dare now, even you, thank you, Dr. Dama, for that vulnerability there. Even when your baby come to you and said, I don't think I want to do this. Didn't you ask why? When she tell you her whys, do you want to tell me that even though you agree with her choice, you and your husband will still have another secondary conversation that you're still going to be like, what could be the reason she's making this decision? We respect her decision. We respect what she want to do. But why? Is it something she has seen? Is it from experience? What exactly had happened? Because as Africans, and not limited to Africa, I've seen white people who are also concerned when their children turns up and say, hey, I don't want to get married. Oh, I am this. I belong to this alphabet community or that. I've seen white people. I watch Dr. Phil's. Many parents go to Dr. Phil's for understanding. Some of the things their children come up to them and say, hey, this is me, this is how. Some of them approach Dr. Phil's. I believe we all know Dr. Phil's. If you are watching American programs, they are seeking answer. They can't process it. And yet they are white people. The people that we are trying to copy them, white, black, and red. Still, they ask questions. Now, if you ask, you try to probe you try to figure out why this person make this decision. And as much as you dig into it, even if you can't put your hand on the reason why they made that decision, meaning you will get to a point where you have to accept it, that, okay, we have explored every possibility why this son or this daughter is making this decision. I think this is her destiny. This is his destiny. Let him or her enjoy life. That's the point I'm making. There are people who made some decision out of peer pressure. There are some people who made some decision out of the fact that they have tried, is not working. And there are some people who don't know that there are alternative means to solve whatever is the source of the fear they are nursing that made them to make that decision. These are the things I'm exploring. These are the things I'm talking about. If we give in easily, oh, she just said she won't do this, well, let it just go. Oh, this boy say, this is what he wants. Oh, let it go. That is when we're beginning to lose. That is when it starts spreading. All this, I belong to alphabet community. Oh, this is who I am. Yes, I shared the story here on my page. As far as I can remember, it was between 1979 when I lost my dad, and my auntie carried me because the load was too much. So my auntie has to take me and adopted me as if I'm a son. I was living with my auntie. And at that time, I was like maybe age 3 or 3 going to 4. Between 1979 and 1980, I was living with my senior sister. She raised me. And I told you guys that as at that time, even though I was little, I saw people who belong to Agege community. I walked into bedroom where 2 men were doing it. But at that age, I don't know what I walked into. I didn't know what I saw. But I just know that I saw this man and this man naked. And I told you guys, years later, I still saw that same man again. Yes. When I've become like, I was at Ondo State then, I think I was like around age 18, 19. I saw the same man again. He is now a celestial pastor. And when I saw him, I remembered. So what I'm saying is that there are people who are like that naturally. Then, when no thanks to Obama, that's just one thing I still have issue with Obama. When Obama succumbed to pressure, however they did it, during his administration, and they now say, okay, we legalize it. Man marry man, woman marry woman, no wahala. What follows? The American school system, for instance, they pick it up. They too, they want to grow their community. They started spreading it. You can hardly watch a movie. I remember since 2015 till now, you can hardly watch some shows, American popular shows, that you will not see. They will write it. I don't want to come out talk. They will write it into the show. It gets worse. That at a point, they now put it inside school studies. I still remember two or 3 years ago, when they published this book. It's a cartoon. And they put that book in children's school, telling them it's okay. So here's where I'm going. Your baby, your sweet baby boy, your beautiful daughter that you raise right, you take to churches. You took your time, you suffer, you sacrifice for them. They are good kids. They now go to school. In class, then teacher gave them this cartoon book. At that small age, age 7, 8, 9. They are now showing them that they see Peking, boy Peking, carry another boy Peking bola for mouth. Teacher, they explain them to them. It's okay. You can be who you want to be. Then your Peking come home. Your boy now say, Dad, this is what we were taught at school today. A boy was sitting down and another boy put this in his mouth, and my teacher say it's cool. You can be who you want to be.
But which school are they teaching that? Why you guys like this?
Sister Adama, are you aware of this or you're not aware? You didn't hear about the book. You didn't hear about the wala. No. Let me just be frank. No, we are serious. When I'm serious, I'm being serious.
I know the book you're talking about, but my thing is, let's not let's be realistic when we make this thing. Like
I'm going somewhere with this, and that's why it's a show. Okay, like I said, I'm sorry, this is not everybody, but this is what I've observed about we Africans. We copy too much. We like to push our own thing down and embrace other people's thing. And if we speak against it, whoever is speaking against it now because this right now old school. No. So where I'm going is this: your Peking come home and tell you this is what they do at school. They do this. You as a parent, are you just going to take it lay low and say, "Oh, they teach you well, you don't have to follow it too. You don't. It's not, Before you know it, you go spend money, raise that Peking, work your butt off, pay in school fees, everything. He go waka come meet you for house with another man. Daddy, meet my wife. No, now husband, even they told say, Daddy, meet my husband. Your son, Daddy, meet my husband. Mommy, meet my husband. You go pretend, because that's what we do in Western world. You go smile them. Oh, wow. Jesse is so good. He's beautiful. Hi, Jesse. You're welcome anytime. Oh, then you look at your son. Nnamdi, you have a good heart. You have a good eye. Your husband is beautiful.
Ben, what has all of this got to do with not marrying at 40 and not having children?
My sister. I'm going somewhere.
You just deviated completely from what we were talking about.
Auntie, I not deviate.
No. Let him vent, man. We know where he's going to land. He will land in tradition. Let him. Allow him.
Sister Rose,
Dr. Adama. Dr. Adama, please.
You're not tired of getting in trouble.
Dr. Adama, it's not like that. Please, let us understand what Uncle Ben is saying.
Okay.
He's trying to draw inference from what is happening in the Western world.
I'm just happy to say allow him. Uncle Ben will land in tradition. Uncle Ben, go ahead. We are listening.
Okay.
All right.
There is a feedback, sir.
It's from Mr. Dio. Maybe if he exists and come back and we'll get it. What I'm saying in a nutshell is simple. Most of the things that is happening, many of them are learned. It's not natural. The one way they natural, majority of them are learned behavior. Now, by the time we say, okay, let this person be whatever, as a parent, when you know deep down, if you have stepped in when it matters, this thing might not result like this, but you embrace it because it's the culture. You let it pass. Now, bring this same thing down to what we are discussing right now. There are young men who are in their 25, 28. They are just starting life. They are seeing good women now. Decent ladies, they went to school together. Decent ladies, they've been in church together. Decent ladies, they work together as colleagues. They are bypassing them. They might have some stupid behavior, just like we preach it on platform like this every day. They are displaying some stupid, nonsensical behavior that as parents, as sisters, as brothers, when they are 25 to 30, if we have stepped in and say, hey, David, I saw what you did to your girlfriend the last time. If you are continuing to behave like this, you're not going to make a good husband. You don't treat a woman like that. You did step in. Oh. David carried that stupid behavior until David becomes 35. By the time women are now smarter, before they mix with and small, they don't already say, this David na red flag. They now begin to run away. They chop him money, they run. They broke his heart. David continued like that until David is 40. All David's friends are married. They are having children. Now David is 40. David doesn't have career problem. Oh. Now, David now come and say, you know what? Ideally, I don't want to be married. I just don't want to marry. That's how I feel. I don't want children too. Children are too disturbing. Let's call this crap. Let's call it what it is. Many people that come out and say, this is what, no, that is not what they meant to be. I'm sorry. Only few are originally like that. The vast majority, they come out to claim I am like this because they have failed already. They are failures. So my take is, if you spot it now, correct it before it's too late. That's where I'm going. So the only way I feel we can correct it is if we still embrace our culture and tradition. Culture and tradition makes you stand out. I live in this America. I see Indians. Indians don't trade their culture for jack. I see Chinese. I work with Chinese. I work with Filipinos. They don't trade their culture for jack. We Africans, now we always, they know too much. Now when they say, oh, that culture is barbaric, is this. Yes, we have some aspect of our culture that we have to throw out of the window. But not at the detriment of, don't talk about this, let him just be. Let's call a failure. I still stand by my words. If you bring 100 men, I can only accept, for me, this is my own personal opinion, give me 100 men that are in their 40s, single, not married, no child, nothing. I can only give exception of maybe 5 that, it be like saying that, the rest 95, they are, man, no talk them. They are failures, terrible failures, call it what it is. If they look me in the face, I'll tell them, you are a failure, my friend, at 40. You not marry, you not get picking, you not get nothing. You are a waste. I rest my case. Oh yeah, make I drink water ready for my attack now. Who wants to start first? Sister Natu.
Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben, we are just tired of you because I don't know what this ranting
He
is about.
carried us all around the continent. And
I don't know what the ranting is about. Okay?
Okay.
It's a simple thing.
Mm-hmm.
We should stop putting pressure on people. Like I said, it is relationship. If it doesn't work, what do you do? Because of this attachment, if you are not married, you are a failure. That is why people are getting into wrong relationship. They want to marry to please father. They want to marry to please friend. They want to marry to please neighbor. We are not saying marriage is not good. If it work for you, yes. If you have the money, you have everything, why not? Do it as early as quick as possible. If you start early, fine. We're talking about this Leonard and Peggy, and then they just married for 2 years. If you marry for 2 years, no issue. It shouldn't be anything. But considering their age, he is not young. The lady is not young as well. This is something they can sit together, and then find out what they can do medically that will help them. But when the marriage is toxic, baby cannot even settle in. If you see the history of this marriage, even from after a year of their marriage, they were already having problems. How will the baby? Do you even know whether they even sleep together? We don't know. Everybody is going through whatever they are going through. They know what their problem is. The woman that did not marry, did you know if she tried to marry, The man that did not marry, do you know if he tried to marry? We are not saying this other ifs are not there. We are not saying there are people who didn't just want to do it because they are into all sorts of stupid things. That's not what we are saying. But let's stop putting pressure on people. This is what we are talking about. Is somebody walking, oh, your wife, your husband, they get more attention to the one that is not married, as if you do something that is a taboo. We should just let people live. If you don't want to marry, don't deceive people into it. If you have a health issue, either you discuss it or you don't go into it. That is what we should be preaching. Not that if you don't do it because of tradition, you are a failure, you are this, you are that. Nobody is saying come and buy the Western world culture or whatever. Nobody say come and start sleeping with man or woman. That's why I say, what are we talking about? Why are you talking about this, whatever, this rant thing that I can't, I really can't put I can't put it together myself.
Thank
we
you,
should stop
Grace.
putting pressure on people. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Auntie Grace. It is not pressure as far as I'm concerned. No.
Okay.
It becomes to me, it becomes a pressure when somebody has failed and the person refused to accept defeat that they have failed and continue to live their life.
So to you, what defines an achievement when you're married and you are an achievement in marriage is if the marriage is fruitful? Is that what you're saying? In
No.
the African culture?
No. See, let's not make
That,
this
okay,
like
that you didn't marry early. Is that
You
the
didn't marry
failure?
early. That is
the
what
point.
is defeat. Like define
Okay.
the statement you just made now.
Okay, let me explain it. I know say you go hard small, but I will try. Hopefully, the bass bills no go too much. Now, if if somebody is searching for the perfect man or woman from age 24 or 25 after school, you are looking for the perfect man or woman. You search for this perfect man or woman until you are 35. You still don't find the perfect man or woman. You wait until you are 40, you still don't find the perfect man or woman. Whose fault is it? Anybody
No
want
one's
to help me
fault.
answer them?
Nobody's fault.
Nobody's
Life
fault.
just happens, sir.
Life just
Okay.
happened. How
Nobody's
is
Exactly.
it
fault.
anybody's fault
Life
that you
just
didn't find
happened. You
anyone?
know what?
And hold
People
on,
don't
Sister
get this
Grace,
thing.
sorry to cut you off. And the word perfect doesn't exist with any human being.
No.
Okay. So you say it's nobody's fault, right?
No. Uncle
Okay.
Ben, let
But
me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Somebody was dating a guy while they were in school. And then they finished, they wanted to marry.
Jones.
The lady is from the east, while the guy is a Yoruba. And
Yeah.
the guy's mom said, over her dead body, for her son to marry an Igbo,
Okay.
right? They did everything, went to MFM, they prayed. The guy even said, she's going to forget about this woman, we're going to get married, and things like that, forget about her. And then the lady said, no, you are 3 boys. The story I heard, your mom just all by herself brought you guys up. There's no I'm going to marry you without her being in the picture, because the lady was being considerate. And they continue this thing. Because they go to Redeem, they have met the Redeem Church, they even fixed a date, but the pastor was saying, no, you need to keep praying. Your mother will come to terms and all that. The guy even went and lied to the mother and said, oh, this lady you are saying I'm not going to get married to, she's even pregnant, which wasn't actually the truth. The woman said, it's not about being pregnant. It's you being pregnant and then having your baby and come out with it. Because the guy was so much in love, he now said, can you imagine what my mom just said? I told you I'm forgetting about this woman. That was when the girl said, it is true. I appreciate the fact that you love me. You told me this truth. What about if she really meant it? And I'm going to get married because I'm going to get married, and I died when I become pregnant. What happened? He said, you know what? I will release you to your mother. Let me go my own way. That was how that relationship crumbled. She went into another relationship. It didn't work. Whose fault would you say? Was it even as at the time she wanted to marry this guy that the mother was so proud of, she was even the one that was feeding him. It's not like she was saying, oh, if you don't have heaven and earth, it's not like, oh, you're going to buy me this. The woman said, I'm seeing that lady because she will take you abroad the way she is. She will snatch you away from me. Is it because she wasn't a wife material? Life can happen to anyone. I don't know about your gender. It could also happen to the guy. You understand?
Sister Grace.
Nobody is in anybody's head. Things can happen. It's nobody's fault that nobody didn't get married or nobody didn't make money when he was supposed to make money. I know some people could be lazy when it comes to money. But sometimes it just didn't work. This is what we're talking about.
Agreed.
Sister Grace, I agree with you, but there's something that I wanted to say from what you just said. Just a little pushback. Sometimes, what a parent will see sitting down, a child climbing on a ladder may not see it.
Okay.
I don't want to be disrespectful to any parent. Neither do I want to commend some bad parents' efforts. But I'm just talking generally now as a person.
Okay.
There are sometimes a parent may know something, and they may stand on and say, over the dead body, will this person marry my child or marry my daughter, whatever.
Okay.
And there are some times it may be out of some utter careless, unnecessary excuses. But whatever it is, if such a situation happen, for the safety of the two parties involved, I think best to either go to God and pray for God to touch the heart of the parents that is like not consenting, or if they do everything possible and the parent still does not agree, they should just go and find their peace. It is nobody's fault in that. No,
exactly.
You yourself said something.
That's what I just said. Yeah.
You said something.
But Adayo, we're shifting the goalpost. That's not what we are talking about.
No.
Grace just gave an example of a story. What we are talking about is when we have cultures and tradition, the African culture and tradition putting a pressure on people. Most time, women. If a woman is not married at a certain age, she's treated a certain way. If she doesn't have a child and she's been married for a certain years, she's treated a certain way. The womb watchers will start watching and everything. All we are saying is allow people to be themselves. We're not saying that, oh, listen, I love the African culture and I get where Uncle Ben is coming from. But all I'm trying to say here is this. The African culture is something that was created and written by man. Man. None of us here in this platform can create an ant. How biology works and how the human body works is different from everybody. And the trauma every one of us, if we are to narrate our childhood, you will see that every one of us has encountered a trauma once or something in their life. You don't know what it is. But at the end of the day, when you come from a culture where we don't address those issues, trauma, we don't seek counseling, we just act like everything is normal. We just are managing, we all have PhD in being a manager of something and we celebrate. No, all we are saying is allow people to be who they are, leave people alone. It's okay. You can be what age and say, I don't want kids. I don't want to get married. How does that affect me and the price of egg in the store where I live in? It doesn't affect my life.
Dr. Dama, let me quickly do a little pushback on what you just said. What you just said is the reason why Africans are where we are today. Let me explain. Of all the cultures in the world, we Africans are the one that takes our own culture with a pinch of salt. I'm sorry, I'm an African. In fact, I'm a proud Nigerian. But we Africans, we are the one that takes our culture with a pinch of salt. We will easily discard our culture and embrace any other culture that would think favor what we want. And that has eroded our own culture, that we now see our culture as detrimental. Let me tell you something. Every culture all over the
not
world.
disregarding the culture. We
No,
know. We know.
No, we are disregarding it.
We not disregarding the
You are
culture. What we
saying,
are saying, when it doesn't work for some people, we
Sister
shouldn't
Grace,
call them failures.
okay.
Sister Grace, wait. I don't want to talk about culture, but Dr. Adama brought it back to me. And the reason is because she believes that is the genesis of our problem. Fine, she may be right. But I can tell you, every culture all over the world is written by one man. They were all written by men. And people are proud to follow it, not because they are stupid, but because they see it as their own essence and their own ways of living. That's what distinguishes every race from each other. We Africans have our own culture. Europeans have their own. Indians have their own. Chinese have their own. No matter what you do to the Chinese man, they will still follow their culture. Why are they not? Why, even though they are Christians or maybe they are Hindus, or they still have their own culture? We see Indians. It's not as if their culture is perfect. Are you getting me, man? But they still follow it to the core. But Africans, for every little reason, we discard our culture and embrace something else. And now we are even saying to maybe to please ourselves that we are not, in a way, we are saying that our culture is not projecting the right values for us. So
No, nobody is saying no.
Can I cut in, please?
No, our
Nobody
culture.
is saying no.
Thank
But
you,
Dayo,
Mr. Dayo.
listen, do not
Wait,
misconstrue. No, please, sir. Let me retain.
Oh,
Don't
boy.
misconstrue what I said.
Okay.
This is
Mr.
what I
Dayo.
want us to understand here.
Yes, sir.
A
Okay.
culture that doesn't allow for audits. Audits means where you can find mistake and correct it and tweak it. Oh, we need to start doing this a little differently. We welcome change. Okay, we're in the change of technology. You're using India, for example. India has a culture, and guess what? India has gone to the moon. Has Africa gone to the moon? No, you guys haven't gone to the moon. You guys still don't have light in 2025. But let's be realistic. We're
Technological
using this word
advancement.
culture.
Dr. Adama, please.
Even
Dr. Adama, may we don't use this culture. Going to the moon
even with
is
the
technological
Indians,
advancement. We are
Uncle
talking
Benno,
about what we
with
hold
the
in high esteem.
Indians and the Chinese, are there no people who are not married? Are there no people who doesn't have kids?
So many of them. And Sister Grace, let me shock you. The
Do
women
they
marry the
judge them?
men.
Even
Okay.
in that same culture that you say, oh, they uphold so well, is there no aggregate among them?
Sister
Yeah.
Grace, you know that in Africa
Yes.
also, there are some people that are separated not to marry at all in Africa by culture. Do you know that? They were dedicated not to marry. They are married to the gods. They don't have children, and they live their life peacefully and enjoyably. Every culture have this thing.
We are
Nobody
all
is
saying the same thing.
Please. It's
Okay.
not,
We are all saying the same thing. People
All
Okay,
right.
Mr.
shouldn't
Day,
be
I want
put
to ask you
under
a
pressure.
question. Tell us something about our culture that we need to change. Because when we come to this platform and talk, we act like our culture is so perfect. All we're saying is that we are not
We
disregarding our culture. We are saying allow a room for some things to be audited and tweak it a little bit and embrace the change that are coming up so that this generation we're giving birth to, they can incorporate it into their lifestyle. But if you want to maintain that 19 or whatever, at the end of the
no.
day, you
okay.
cannot
Okay,
sit
Mr.
and say
Dayo,
that
don't
everything
worry,
about
Mr.
our
Dayo.
culture is well
Let
written and is perfect. No, it's not.
let not even push it that much. I will just ask Dr. Adama one question and we will move on to another part of this conversation because it's like we will never get to the bottom of this one. Dr. Adama, here is my question to you. Would you appreciate an African society where the population of children are reducing at a geometric progression so that by let's say year 2035, we will have maybe just about 10 million children and the rest of the population, they are old and dying off. Would you prefer that kind of society?
Uncle Ben, this is the
Adama,
society I want. I want a society where we can give birth to children because you can take care of them. Don't give birth to children
agreed.
because society wants you to give birth to them.
Agreed.
No.
if that is what you are saying, then it defeats the first argument you put forward. This argument, what I started with, is not, I am not advocating that people who can't raise kids, they should be having children.
But Uncle Ben, there's no reduction of kids in Africa. What are you talking about?
No, I asked a question. You did answer the question, because what you said is, because I'm trying to make it known. My stand is this. If we have to, let's say we have to increase the volume, let us begin to sound it. Oh, if your children or your husband or anybody, your brother say, I don't want children, just say, oh, fine. People don't have children in abroad too, they are fine. We end up with lesser children. We know the truth, we just don't want to get it. Why is Trump and the Republicans, what is the idea behind this abortion thing they've been dragging for a while now? Abortion, no abortion. What is the rationale behind it? Is because the population of the white is dwindling. Why other race in America, their population is growing? And the white people quickly know, it's like the freedom we embrace, the let people do what they want we embrace, we're going to be wiped out. We are getting more older people and less younger people, because the younger people, they don't want to have kids. That's why I'm asking that question. If you would prefer an African society where we have less children, but more grown adults doing whatever they want, because it boils down to what we heard and what we believe in. Many people, if you ask people who have children, who are giving back to children, getting married, or even not married, but just having children, if you ask them, after they've have 2-3 children and they see the wahala when they give, if you ask them if they would have make alternate decision, they will say yes. But people agree to have children because besides procreation, we know the impact it makes in the society. We know what it means to our culture. What I'm just saying is that I accept it when una talk say, oh, there are some people who that is their choice. I agreed. My thing is, let not preach it. When we preach it, that is how we spread it and embrace it. Then later, years down the line, it will become our problem. It go come back and shock us. By then, we say we go don't grow. We feed don't buy and leave. That's just where I'm standing with it. So thank you very much. I agree. If you say people do what you want, continue do what you want. It's okay. But me,
Uncle Ben, I laugh when you speak
that.
Like
Do what you want.
I love that we're having this conversation. But the point we're making is shifting the distance. What we're trying to say, I want to remind every one of us on this platform, 90% of us is in the diaspora. And our kids are going to marry each other. Okay? These are kids that grew up here in the diaspora. And the way they do things, the way they look at life and everything. Every one of us sitting down here, yes, Uncle Ben, you're a fan of, you want to go home, you love everything about home and everything. And I respect that. That's your belief. And if you decide tomorrow to go home with your children, I respect that. But we need to remember one thing. The population and the percentage of those children that will stay back is higher compared to the ones that will go back. So at the end of the day, let's be realistic when we're having this conversation. I never said there's anything wrong with African culture. All I'm saying is that we need to do an audit where we need to tweak some things, and at the same time, stop putting pressure on people when they get married or when they're in a certain age bracket, they are not married, they are single, that they have not met this expectation because, quote unquote, is our culture and tradition. That is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with you. But we are also as good as not having these children in the first place. It's better we don't even have at all.
Dr. Damasi, 80%
Ben, let me drink my water. I just poured the water on myself.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Dr.
80% of people in diaspora. Sorry about that. 80% of people in diaspora, your children will never come back home. And the reason is simple, because most of those people in diaspora now, they are not even serious enough to be teaching their children the culture, because they themselves, they are taking the culture with a pinch of salt. And then if you don't teach the children, they will never value it. When you're talking about auditing of our culture, any culture that is not being audited regularly will fade away with time. African culture is being audited every single day. I can tell you hundreds of things that have changed from the time that I was born till now, that they have changed for the better.
Thank you.
We have to meet up. This is our culture every single day. Every single day we audit our culture. So please, we are not stagnant at our culture level. But our problem is that we ourselves don't understand our culture. We don't even know our culture. Talk of teaching our children. That's why we're having issues. Our culture is not stagnant. We are being renewed every day. That's why we are still relevant till tomorrow. In those days, a woman cannot even look up to her husband. Today, a woman can talk face to face with her own husband and still cultural. It's allowed. We have changed a lot of things in our culture just to be able to measure up with time. So we are not stagnant, please. Thank you.
All right. Okay, let's switch gear, because I see now Marriott now start the whole while anyway. She's trying to run away now by saying, "Oh, this thing I've changed." Sister Marriott, you started this, and you will complete the bass. But I said, may we move on.
Uncle Ben, we didn't take comments, so it's just the panelists. People are typing in the comment section.
I know, yes, my sister, the wahala just too much, Jared. Dr. Adama, don't begin. Dr. Adama and Sister Grace, they no agree with us today. Anyway, so there is this other aspect we spoke about before you guys showed up. Let me just bring it back real quick and see if we can touch up on it real quick. I think Sister Natu spoke about that earlier. So on the video I was playing, the Peggy video, people were dragging Peggy for not wearing her wedding rings. And my take was that, look, I don't think wedding ring means shit, except if it is. I found to some people. My own thing is wedding ring now your heart today. So if you don't wear wedding ring, I don't think that means that you want to go and do some silly or shady things. So people were dragging her for not wearing her wedding ring, and I would like to have your take about that wedding ring. Auntie Grace, we'll start with you, ma. Wedding ring, is it a must that if somebody is not wearing wedding ring, it means that something is wrong in their marriage or they are terrible spouse?
It depends. It depends on the importance and the attachment that both couples attach to it. If when you married and you've been wearing it and all of a sudden you remove it, what is your reason for removing it? Some people don't wear it at all. It doesn't make anything to them. Wow. Some people see it as everyday thing. They cook with it. They do everything with it. That's why I say it depends. If she was wearing it before, the people that are asking why is she not wearing it, do they know the reason why she removed it? Probably the problem has started before she removed it. I will always say we are not in their life. Some people value it, they wear it. Some people don't wear at all. So if you remove it when problem came in, when argument started, I don't know. That depends on them. If you're removing it to disguise herself from a married woman to do shady things, that is up to her. So I don't know the reason why she's wearing it. I, for one, wouldn't even be looking at people's finger to say, why you not wearing your ring? This is, again, coming to why do people keep judging people and somebody doesn't want to live his life for 1 minute without people judging it? You understand? So I don't know why she removed it. I don't know when she removed it. I don't know the reason why she removed it. I don't even know she was wearing it before. Some people wear it for life, they don't remove. Some people don't wear at all. So why will I judge you for that? For me, it's immaterial. Because I don't know the reason why she removed it.
Oh, thank you, Auntie Grace. Dr. Adama, wedding ring. Are you sure you are even wearing your own, Dr. Adama? Because you people are the one that lost wedding ring the most. Now you want to wear your gloves.
Something.
Now,
this is so
doctor, now
funny.
they throw away wedding ring pass.
Let me tell. I just read what Cherish Olivia's Red TV. Shout out to her. She said, "My husband wears his religiously because to him it's fashion." Listen, the truth is, I don't care. I don't even. To be honest with you, I can't remember the last time I wore my. And quite frankly, my husband has never worn any because we wash our hands a lot. Do you understand? And even
Yeah.
you talking, Ben, you are in the medical district.
Ah,
Where is your own? Raise your hand. Let's see it. Do you have
sister.
your wedding ring on?
Okay, you came late. I already confessed my own. The last time I wear anything where disabled wedding ring is about 10 years ago.
Okay.
About 10 years ago. I don't even care. I don't even get the time. And yet, my madam own, just like Olivia is saying now, my madam, they wear her own, like say, na part of fashion. The ring, if you remove somebody, eye come out at times. But me, I don't wear. Not be say the same people know wear. The thing is just that, just master me. I they lose them. And it's expensive. So one time I lost one, I go buy fake, take replace. Auntie look at one time, say no be ring be that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just tired. So, but thank God, I'm still married. They never divorced me because of wedding ring.
Uncle Ben, let me shock you. Do you know that single women like men who are with that on, like with the ring? They
Abby? I wonder
heard
how many marriage wedding ring save?
Thank you.
Uncle Ben, on a more serious note, please. Do you know that I wear my own ring religiously to the point that I've not removed my ring now for years. I've not removed it for years. It has been on my
So,
wedding finger.
Mr. Dayo, you're in the fashion trend now. You're keeping it.
No, wait. I don't want to say something I want to be said now. But do you know that the more you wear the ring, the more some young girls are getting attracted to you? And my question is that, can't you even see the band? I'm already engaged, taken. I'm off the table. You still be coming. So to me, I just do it religiously. Now, look at this. My wife does not wear her own. And I never complain for one day. Not because she doesn't want, she's just this type of person that she will put it off when she wants to do, when she wants to cook, when she wants to do this, she will put it off. So to me, I don't even complain for one day. But mine has never left my finger now for years. I don't see it as anything. It does not mean anything to me, but I just like wearing I just like living it like that. Maybe just to fend off some girls.
People just like to talk. They just like to talk. That's it.
Sister Natu, I've not seen your wedding ring go, Sister Natu. I not see your wedding ring go. I know this is not to hear if I don't drag me since.
Uncle Ben, I got to go. I'll be listening from the background. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, man.
Bye, ma. Sister Rose, nice talking.
Thank you so much. Bye. Good night.
Now don't stress me out because of this cultural argument where we have now.
No, the way you carry culture is just too much. Let people breathe.
Auntie Grace. Culture is the only thing working for us here in abroad.
I like culture. I'm not saying no.
That's the only thing that differentiates us from the rest.
Culture doesn't favor you at some point. They should allow them breathe. Don't push them to commit suicide because of culture.
Okay. Since Sister Marriott said we need to do audit, culture audit. Sister Marriott, can you tell us what you want us to throw away from our culture and what we should embrace? Because our culture is evolving, on a serious note, like Mr. Dyer was saying earlier. At least now we are washing plates.
Uncle Ben, it's not.
Before. Now we wash plates. Now we babysit. Now we open car door for you people. We are changing.
It's not okay, Uncle Ben. You said you babysit. Can you stay with 3 kids for 1 week or more so that your wife can go on a vacation? Not now that your kids are grown. I mean when they were little. So if you guys are doing that, we know that the culture is evolving, it's changing. You buy ticket and say, sweetheart, go and relax here.
But Adama, you are the one talking like this. We are doing it now. Is it not this America we are raising children together? We are doing it. Everybody is doing it these days.
We are talking about Nigeria, sir. We are talking about America.
I'll ask a question, please. The question is it a culture for a wife to go on vacation and for the husband to stay with the kids at home? Is that a culture?
Thank you.
I'm asking,
Sometimes
A
women
good
need mental
question.
break from the kids
I'm
and
asking, please.
and yourself. Sometimes I need a break from my husband so that when I'm gone, we miss each other. We do FaceTime. When I come back, even from the airport, he wants to eat me up. So I say, yeah, that's good. It's called our
But it's not a
reset.
culture.
Sometimes
It's
I
Okay,
need a
another thing
but
reset.
between you and husband.
But
It's not a
that is
culture.
not part of our culture. And now I just want you to know that is part of the evolving. Our culture is evolving. Abi? Oh,
Yes, it's an understanding between the couple. It's not a culture that it must be done like that. It's an understanding that you have between you and your husband. So let us not get it mixed
now,
up, please.
okay,
Okay,
now,
so
now.
Mr. Dayo, tell us what the culture is doing. What is evolving with the culture? What has
I
Thank you
changed?
very
just
much.
told you now, Mr.
No,
Darius, let
Uncle
me
Ben, you're
first
speaking in
mention
America.
it.
You're speaking for diaspora. Let him speak for Nigeria because Simbi said
Okay.
nothing has changed.
Simbi, don't mind Simbi. Simbi will never accept say something that change. Like Simbi of what people. She not gonna agree. But Mr. Dayo, tell us some of the things that Nigerian men are doing. And I'm seeing it online. I see what Nigerian men are doing online. So, but I leave on for Mr. Dayo.
Let me start from your own end. Phoebe, you know that in the olden days, from the East, if a man is speaking, the woman cannot speak. Yes or no?
Thank you.
Phoebe, answer me, please. Yes
No,
or no?
she not gonna answer. No be that girl. She not gonna answer.
Oh,
Simbi.
yes, you're right, sir. You're right, sir.
Thank you.
But
But
the
now,
part of the culture that has not evolved, sir,
wait, wait.
they know
Simbi,
they
wait.
agree share property give us. Now then me I get
You
problem.
are
Oh.
going too
Why you go
far.
tell me
Let's
say
take it one step at a time.
Simbi, wait. Part of culture evolving is to allow a man leave his will and will everything to the wife. Before, even though a man does that, culture will override it, but now they will not override it. They will allow it to go. Yes or no? If a man leave everything that he has to his wife, nobody will change it. Yes or no?
Yes.
See,
They're not going to answer.
all these
Yes.
things. You just want to hold on to what
Mr.
you believe.
Dayo, let me tell you,
Culture is evolving every single
where
day.
I'm from, women
It is
are not
evolving.
allowed to have property, sir. Women are
No,
not allowed to
Wait,
have property,
Simbi,
sir.
hold on. You reaching for property, we are not there yet, but we are moving gradually. If before they cannot allow you speak, like Sister Marriott said, if for 100 years before they won't allow you speak, and now they allow you to speak. And even now, is it not Chimamanda that created a wrong on one time when she said she wanted to break kola nut, and they allow her to break the kola nut? So the culture is changing.
a lot of things are evolving, please.
Women are receiving kola nut now in public gathering. Women break kola nut. Women are even they are receiving kola nut now. So the culture is evolving. Even in Nigeria right there. Okay. Are you people not doing what you
It's
used
not,
not to be
sir.
in our culture
They're
before
not,
now in Nigeria?
it's not, sir.
What do you mean is
It's
not?
not,
Okay,
sir. It's not
give us more
evolving,
example of
sir.
what is not. You
Okay.
see, these are the changes I want us to bring about. You have to acknowledge the little changes first before we move on to the bigger one. Go on,
Uncle
Mr.
Ben,
Daniel. Yes.
what CB wants is that Africa should drop their culture and embrace the Western one, which is not possible. They want us to be behaving like the West, which is not possible.
Absolutely not, sir. I love African culture, sir. I don't know if you've
wait,
heard me several times when I say I don't like America. No offense to those living there. I can't live there.
calm down, CB. Let me give you an example of what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you hate us. No, don't get me wrong. What I'm trying to say is that you are looking at the freedom that we are now enjoying in this age. Freedom of speech, women liberation, and all that that our culture frowns at, which our culture is yet to adapt to. Let's say the facts. It's not as if the culture will not allow, but we frown at it, and then with time, culture will assimilate it. But until we assimilate it, you want to keep living that foreign culture as if it should be our own culture. That's why we're having
But
issues.
Uncle Dayo, I'm in Nigeria now. I'm not living any foreign culture here. I'm not living
No,
their lifestyle.
you are living foreign culture there. You are living foreign culture.
How?
Are you not speaking like a feminist?
How, sir?
Are
The
you not
reason why
speaking
Me, a feminist.
uh-huh.
the reason why we are saying our culture
Sir,
is not
I didn't
evolving
get
is
that.
because I said the reason why you are saying our culture is not evolving, it is because what you think you're supposed to be doing as a free woman, culture is limiting you. That's why I say our culture is not evolving.
Exactly. I
See,
think, Mr. Dayo, God bless you. I think that is where our sisters, that's what they can move away from.
Absolutely
They
not.
want to be free,
Absolutely not.
to behave.
I'm
to
being
behave
misunderstood here.
Okay, explain yourself.
Absolutely not.
Explain yourself. You know, if you explain
I love
against
Africa. I'm talking. I love African culture. I like and I still believe that the man should be the head of the house. And I
because
also believe that the man should lead.
Wait,
What?
You want the man to be the head of the house because that is part of African culture that favors you. Because if he's the head of the
Uncle
house,
Ben, I'm not the one
provide.
that I didn't write that culture. It's still a man that wrote the culture.
Okay,
It's
then
just
why are
like
you
when
having
we're
problem with
on
some other aspect of the culture?
the one that is harmful, the one that is ridiculous, the one that can mess with your mental health. That one is not. It should be amended.
Give us example now. If you give us example, if it's exist, we go agree say it still exists. And if we don't change, we go say we don't change. Example of those one that is harmful. Please, sisters in the chat, everybody, please chime in. What are some of the things African culture still permits that are harmful to women that is yet to be changed? The one where we never change, we go say it never changed. But we know our culture is evolving. So, Sister Marriott, now you start this audit, tell us
Uncle
now,
Ben,
what part of
even
our
here on
culture?
Facebook, like I've heard men here on Facebook, even real time, I've heard men saying, a woman does not choose who she marries, that a man can choose you, but you cannot choose him. I like to think both of us have to choose each other, or else I'm not going to get married to you.
You
But the
say you
culture
hear
tells
it
us
on
that.
Facebook. You say you hear
Uncle
it
Ben,
on
I said
Facebook.
on Facebook, and I see it in real life. I even
Talk
hear
about the real life,
men
forget
talk
the
about
Facebook.
it.
Talk about the real
That's
life,
what I'm
forget the
saying.
Facebook.
I'm just confirming it that everybody actually believes that a man can choose you, but you cannot choose him. Me, I want to choose the man that I will get married to. As much as you choose me, I want to choose you.
Hold on, where are you hearing all
Uncle
these
Ben,
things? It
no.
doesn't
You
sound
know I
good.
live in a remote area. And men talk.
Wait.
CB, let me tell you something, please. Let me tell you something,
like you
please.
say, remote area, maybe not the one where they village, now you they live with. So
Oh my God, no.
No
maybe
matter
you
how
live in a village. What do you mean a woman cannot choose a man? Explain that choose
I'm
a man. Make
telling
I
you, Uncle
understand.
Ben, you cannot choose a man. Once the man chooses you, that's it. I hear men all the time saying you don't have a choice.
No, it's not right.
We are
It's not right.
being serious. You are just saying some things now. It doesn't make no sense unless you really
No,
want to
Uncle
explain it.
Ben, I'm saying what I'm hearing now.
Not what I read. Is it true?
You
You are hearing
mean
something
a
which is
woman
not true.
cannot choose, a man can choose. It doesn't make no sense. You are not explaining it the
Oh
right
my
way.
God.
You are just saying, you are just throwing it out there. And those are part of the problem with social media. You have to give a workable example. How you made that a woman cannot choose, a man can choose. Where has it been done that a woman just walk out and pick man? Or what are you saying? Maybe I mean they misinterpret them. Explain them what we hear.
Well, Uncle Ben, me, I'm explaining. You are not allowing me to talk as usual.
Okay,
So me, I'll just rest.
explaining. We are listening now. Explain them we hear.
Because I cannot feel like I'm talking. Everybody's hearing what they want to hear. Nobody's trying to understand my point. I'm saying,
we are
naturally,
listening.
people will say it's a man that will marry you, right? And then if the man comes for you and you say you don't want, people frown at that. They're angry. They're like, why is she making, why does she have a choice? You know, they say things like
where
that.
is
Why
that
do you
one
have
happening?
a choice? What do you mean now? It's happening, sir. It's still happening.
Who? Which village? Which town?
Uncle Ben, it's happening because it has happened to me. So I know what I'm saying.
That is
you. Hear something like,
wait. Whatever happened to you, it does not mean that's the generality of what is happening to everybody.
But
that is your own unique experience.
Now, Uncle Ben, you know I'm saying the truth, right? Because it's a man that actually proposed, not the woman.
Let me answer,
men
please.
propose, not women. So that's where it's coming from.
Okay, hold on.
When you're talking about proposal, let me explain this to you. Simple, okay? Every culture have their own laws and guidelines. India, it is the woman that pays dowry. In Africa, it is the men that pay dowry. Are you getting me? So when you're talking about choosing, a man will come for you. If you don't want him, nobody will force you to marry him. In the olden days, marriage is not in the hands of the couple. It's in the hands of the parents. They are the one that will arrange. Whether you like him or not, you must marry that person that they choose for you. That one has evolved. Now they allow the young couples to choose themselves. If a man should come for you and you don't like that man, nobody will force you and say, go and marry him. Because they'll tell you, now you go live for the man house. So if you don't like, don't go there. Now, what I'm not talking about is that if a man come for you and you say no, that they will not be angry at you. Angry at you for what?
Exactly.
Nobody does that. So when you're talking about area of dowry or maybe proposal, whatever, fine. It's our culture that a man should propose to a woman. Are you getting me? But it is not, there's nothing wrong if you are the one that sees somebody and you do it secretly. Nobody will condemn you. So far you love him, they will give you go ahead. What matter now is your joy and their joy. Are you getting me? So nobody has ever banned anybody, but they will still tell that, oh, in our own way, now man, they propose to woman. It's true, but we are evolving now. So everything goes. So don't make it as if it's a law that a woman can never approach a woman. I've seen a marriage whereby it is the lady that went for the guy, and the guy was a deadbeat. It was lady that gave
you're
the guy.
not saying it. No, Uncle. Listen, Mr. Dyer, you're not being fair here. Let's have a conversation. What Simpi is trying to say is we have some underage brides. It happens in the north. It happens in this thing. Let's use someone for example. Regina Daniels. Okay, this is a celebrity that everybody knows, and she's married to someone older than her father. Okay, let's be realistic here.
How old is she when she got married?
Hold on. Let me finish. Women don't get to have a choice. Where in the north, if a man comes and say, I'm presenting this cow to have this 16 or 14-year-old, they just give it to him. That is the part she's coming from. Simbi, please correct me, because I want to hear your opinion on that, and I support what you say. Women don't have a choice.
Dr. Adama, I'm saying it. Women don't have a choice.
Okay, let me respond.
Is in the most position to like answer you, but let me try to tell you what I think will clarify this issue. In the north till today, they believe that what a girl, that is by their culture, that once a girl sees her first period, the next one should be in her husband's house. There's not like underage there, please. It's our constitution that make it that anybody under 18 is underage. But by their own culture, anytime a girl sees her first period, she should not see the second one in her father's house. She should be in. I wish Sanato is here. She can tell you better because she's from the north. So when we want to talk about culture, don't generalize it. From area to area, from tribe to tribe, cultures differs, and everybody knows how they follow their own. But even as of today, that idea is fast fading away. Fast fading away, because a lot of them are now being exposed. They are now evolving to embrace the reality that is going on now. Many of them now are going to school now. I work in the north. I just came back this last year. I was in Zaria all throughout last year and year before, and I saw that most of them, their girls, are in school. Nobody's planning for this early marriage again. They go to school, and not only that, they go to universities also, because now education is being focused on them free, and they're taking advantage of it. So that thing is fading fast. That was just in the past. It's no longer happening again. But I'm not saying that it has completely gone off, but it is evolving seriously. So that's where we are, please. It's not general.
I think I don't want to generalize that. I think our women just don't want to accept that a lot have changed about our culture. It's like if the specific thing they want change does not change, then that means there is no change. I'm just saying that respectfully. That's like the energy I'm getting. As far as me, I'm concerned, from my own vantage point, I can tell that a lot has changed in our culture. Now, just like Sister Marriott was pointing out earlier, if we want to say that those changes are not deliberate, that it was pressured, that actually made us to accept and adapt to those changes. I quite agree with that. But to say we are stagnant, no, Sister Marriott, I disagree with that take. We are not stagnant. We are changing. And like Mr. Dayo is saying right now, Nigeria, for instance, we are a multicultural society and we are divided on the basis of several things. Religion, number one. The underage children thing that just crept into this conversation right now. What happened? In the north, when they want to do that stupid stuff, they put it under Sharia. They say it's Islamic, it's acceptable. What can we do about that? We have a long way to go. I agree. We still have a very, very long way to go. I agree. But from my own point of view, I will not agree to a situation whereby we are going to overhaul our culture. Some critical aspects that make our culture unique, I am not going to agree with we overhauling it because of some selfish interest. Let's call it what it is.
Uncle Ben, I like that you said that we need to. When we say we have this underage, is take for an example now. When we say things have changed, in my opinion, the change is not happening fast enough. And given that we're in 2025, things are evolving. I know that when an Oba dies in some distance, why is it that it's always virgin that needs to be killed, that needs to be buried with that Oba or the king or something? Why is it not a male child that needs to die? Why does it have to be a woman that a virgin needs to, I'm just saying the change is not happening fast.
Sister Adama, see, that used to be the culture before. I remember when about Bini died, they will look for all these things, but they've stopped human sacrifice.
Mr. Dayo, it has not stopped. I'm sorry.
No, it has. Let me say,
it has not stopped.
Mr. Dayo is not stopped.
Let me
not stopped, sir.
Okay,
Even I don't want to mention the state where I said it happened.
Point.
Which one did you see of late, please? It has stopped. Because why? Life has value now. In those days,
it has not stopped, Mr. Dayo. This is what you're doing that makes it frustrating. We want to come here and portray this culture like things are happening. Oh, you made an example. A man, back in the days when a man is talking, the wife is not supposed to. Are you kidding me? Read the comment section. It hasn't stopped. I'm not making this up.
For me, sorry, Mr. Dayo. For me, this is what I can say about that. I've heard that when some king die, they sacrifice some people alongside the burial ritual and all that. That is, I hear. I can't point hand and say this person that was living before where they live for this house, when so king die. Now that time they take and do sacrifice, we no see him again. I don't know. What I'm saying is I not take my eyes see. I hear, and I don't think anybody right here as we're here, I don't think anybody have witnessed it that you can say, oh, Jude, where they live for so side area, when so king die, now Jude, now they take follow and go.
Okay, Uncle Ben, what is Oro? What is Oro?
There is Oro. Agreed. Oro day.
Thank you.
Oro day. Uncle Ben, Oro happened in my area just yesterday or so. At Ikorodu here. Let me see. I like this question that you are bringing up. There are so many things that we have to change in our culture. No doubt about that. Nobody's arguing that.
Yeah.
But all what we are saying is that we are not where we used to be. Oro is a culture. Oro is a culture that women must not see. Any woman that sees it will buy. Are you getting me? And they're still doing it in some part of Lagos. I live in Ikorodu. They still do Oro in Ikorodu on 27th. When was 27th? Was that not on Tuesday? They still add their Oro on 27th in Ikorodu here. And I live in Ikorodu. But before, it was all over the West we do Oro. But they stop it in some major areas now. They are now restricting it to some local villages or into some local areas. Like Ikorodu and Ekpe and some inner places. It is fading out step by step, and before you know it will fade out completely. What I'm saying is that all this culture that we have known to be existing before, they are not gradually being faded out. It cannot happen immediately
Overnight,
or
yes.
all at once. No, it takes time. What you said, people that are commenting in the comment section about men talking, I want to ask them, when their father is talking, does their mother still talk? Yes or no? Because let us look at it from our own immediate generation. Things have changed. Whether we like it or not, we must see that change. Change, as if everything is changing overnight is not the issue, but we should see the little change that has been evolving over time now, that women cannot
yes,
cannot reason together. It was not like that
yes,
before.
yes. And that's what I'm saying too, that we have made changes. Now, I agree with Sister Marriott that we are not where we are supposed to be. I agree 100%. But that we are not moving. No. There has been a lot of changes. I think the millennials and the Gen Z, they have forced our culture to adapt by fire, by force. So Sister Marriott, I get you. Now, the last thing Mr. Marriott said here, she said, we are telling you have barely moved. There is need to be more urgent conversation about what kind of society we want to build, not waiting for internet influence. Now, Sister Maria, if you say there is need for urgent conversation, who are supposed to have that conversation? And what are supposed to be the subject of the conversation? Those are the questions. For me anyway, because we're rounding up now, my own thing is anything that warrants us losing the core values, what make us unique as a people, as a society, in exchange for what works for white and Europeans. Nope, count me out. We are where we are in Africa right now because we embrace everything the white people sold to us. Ibrahim Traore has exposed what is happening in his country now. Mali is doing the same thing and others because of what white people sold to us. So for me, I agree. We need to let some things go. But there are some core values, some core aspect of our culture that we must not trade for anything. Because when you say, okay, we have to let this one go, what is the alternative? The alternative that I readily see that people are suggesting is what the white people is bringing. I think I read somewhere now where Sister Marriott also dropped and she said other nations are having conversation about trans. We are not even close. To be candid with you, my sister, if that is the kind of change that people want to term as if Africa, our culture remains stagnant, I would rather embrace us being stagnant than to talk about trans. I'm sorry. It's my own personal opinion. Those are alien cultures. So for me, that is not the kind of conversation I want to embrace. But if we're talking about DV, about how to have good marriage, about how to let people enjoy freedom, about how to reduce our patriarchal practices and whatever we got going on in our society, I'm ready for that. I will embrace that. But anything that brings about drastic alien practices that is not part of what defined us, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I live in Western world and I see what this their culture that is evolving. I see what is doing to them. I'm sorry.
Uncle Ben, sorry to
I'm not
interrupt.
open to
You
that.
just made a statement now, and that statement has something to do with the LGBTQI whatever community. And I want us to be. This is why I say when we come up to our platform, where we are exchanging ideas, learning from each other, and talking, having this conversation. Let's be realistic. and you said you don't want those kind of Uncle Ben. Yes, we do. We may not embrace that culture, that lifestyle, but the point is we need to talk about it. And part of
Okay.
my show this Saturday, coming up this Saturday, is going to be about the LGBTQ people because it's happening in our place. It's happening in our backyard in Africa. Men are sleeping with men. So let's quit
Okay.
pretending like it doesn't
Okay.
exist in Africa when it does.
Let me, Sister Dr. Dama Nobes, make I quickly do one quick pushback here. Where you stand right now, what would be your recommendation in Nigeria? Legalize GAY marriage. Would that be your recommendation?
Now, if I was to give my answer, I'm going to give my answer based on a medical practitioner. I'm not giving my answer as I give my an answer based on I look at human being as life. Okay.
You
So
will
if
give
you
two
ask
answers
me,
if that's the
yes,
case. You will
I'll
give,
say
if you want to
listen
give
to
the
me.
answer as
Yes, my
medical
answer,
practitioner is
yes.
welcome.
Allow
But
people
you're also
to.
going to give us an answer as an African woman. First, do you identify as a Nigerian or you identify as an American?
Why would you ask me that?
I will ask you that because that would tell where you stand.
How would that tell where I stand? No, explain that to me. That question you just asked me now. How would that tell you where I stand?
Okay, I will explain it, Dr. Adama. Do you consider yourself an American fully with no attachment or whatsoever with Africa or Nigeria? Or you see yourself as an African, a Nigerian woman, a well-raised, brought up Nigerian woman that is an American citizen by paper? Because that will help me understand your take.
Okay, so
That's
now
just what I'm saying.
let me define this. I'm not an American citizen by paper. I was
Okay.
born here. We were all born here.
Okay, you are American
So
then.
hold on. I was birthed here by my two parents who are Nigerians and Igbo, and I vacation a lot. Matter of fact, my last vacation that I went that was part of touring that I was gone for 6+ weeks. I was in Abuja for 1 week. So the point I'm trying to make is I know about the African culture. I've lived there for some time, but not that long. I can speak fluently in Igbo. If I'm to change my dialect now and start speaking Igbo, you would think I'm an Igbo woman that was raised in Nigeria. So guess what? That same question you're asking me now apply it to yourself. Our kids is the same thing. Our kids were born here and raised with African cultural values and things like that. So I see myself as an African first because
Okay.
that's where both of my parents are from before an American. So, but
Okay.
what the society where I went to school and everything is United States of America. Of course,
Okay.
I am product of my environment. Doesn't mean that I don't incorporate my African cultures and values. No, I know and I can do everything an African does. And this is the problem we have when we have this culture, this conversation where we are trying to define who is not Nigerian enough, that it makes me question what is our kids, your kids, my kids that I give back here in the United States, and every one of our distance viewers on the comment section. Are you trying to tell me that our kids are not Nigerian or they're not African enough?
You asking me?
Of course,
Hello,
I'm
Dr.
asking you.
Adama.
You asked me that question, so I gave you a pushback.
Of course. If the kids are born here, raised here, and you raise them with African values and they accept it, excellent. If they don't accept it, if they are Americans, you just have to know that they are Americans. So therefore, you have to limit your expectations. You just have to limit your expectations. If they did not accept your African values because they were raised here, born here, everything here, and they embrace the American values, then you expect them to do American things and get American results. We've had a lot of conversation here. It's just because they laugh, they let us attach some seriousness to the conversation. I once said here that, look, as a parent in America, as an African parent in America, if you are expecting your children to take care of you when you are old, you day. If you are expecting your children to value anything you have in Nigeria, now you day. If you are expecting your children to reward you with respect to what we count as rewarding to African parents, now you day. It's not going to happen. So that's what I mean by lower your expectations.
No, Uncle Ben, and you just made a statement that is wrong now.
How is it wrong?
And you guys claim that I do this. I impose my views. Hold on, Uncle Ben. I impose my view on people. Why you just did something? What I'm trying to say is this. My parents brought all their children here. And yes, we were blessed to go to school, travel and everything. And guess what? I came from a family where we take care of our parents, and my parents are in the position. There's something my dad always saying, which is the same thing I do with my.
We know here Dr. Adama again. Can anybody hear Dr. Adama?
No, I think what she's trying to say is clear. And then even the question you asked, she has not answered it yet. To me, that angle that she's coming in, I don't know what she wanted to really say, but one point that I wanted to make clear is this. I like what you posted on the page right now about from my sister Ashley. Ashley has mentioned some places whereby she thinks that we have not been able to like evolve, and I want to do a little pushback on all the points that she raised there. Number one, everything that you raised there, take it first and foremost to the Bible and see that Africa is standing with the Bible on every aspect of this particular point that you raised. That is why we are still a little bit sane as a society compared to the West. Because all these things, the standing of the West is contrary to the standing of Africa.
I'm sorry, guys. I have to go. My Alga just came. He's calling me. I have to go. I'll be listening.
Dr. Adama, thank you,
sister. Thank you. God bless you.
So back to what I'm saying. Everything that you put on this post now is standing of the West, and Africa stands different. So it's not if you want to choose culture, at least choose the one that is closer to God compared to the one that is away from God. Because that's why I'm proud of my African culture. Because if you're going to talk about this GAY that you just mentioned now, even God in the Bible killed people for it. Yeah. So why should we consider it as a culture? It's not done. In the Bible, God make man to be the leader. It's not because of any preference. That's where God ordered it. It's not man-made.
Even that, Mr. Dayo, I'm sorry. Even for me, the Bible is not a good yardstick to measure culture. The Bible is, we inherited the Bible from the West.
Exactly.
In all the stories you read in the Bible, did you see anywhere that Nigerian was mentioned or Ghana or something? Let's forget it. So even the Bible is not a good yardstick for measurement. I'm saying is,
I'm not saying we are closer to the Bible more than them, because at least that means we have a support. I get it. I'm not saying Bible is not our standard as per our culture. No. What I'm just saying is that at least this Bible is the book of God. By even before Bible, we have a culture that is even closer to God's heart compared to what Westerns have. That's what I'm saying. Simple as ABC.
Yeah. Thank you. Anyway, I think this has been a very interesting conversation. We are unable to draw fine conclusion. If you guys want us to continue the conversation, please let me know in the chat, and then we will do another show where we'll bring it back. But let me quickly address something real quick. M. Jones, how you doing, Jones? I see a couple of your comments. I think Sister Mario tried to answer some of those comment, but let me attempt to answer them. Maybe it can make sense. All right. This one, you said here that all Americans don't accept the GAY marriage. Plus, are you saying an American isn't well raised? Thank you for that question. Now, here is it. What we are discussing right now is not about being raised right or wrong. Far, far, far from it. We are talking about culture, and some of us, people like me, I embrace my heritage. I love where I came from. I'm an African, I'm a Nigerian to the core. And I was raised in a culture and traditional practices. Now, as we grow up, as we evolve and we traveled, we started seeing some aspect of our culture that ain't right, that is completely wrong. So the conversation we're having, like my sister Marriott pointed out, is that there should be some audit in our culture. We have to make some amendment. Some things are to be thrown away, and we should learn how to do some things in a new way. All right. So I think as at the time you asked this question, I was making the argument that when my sister Marriott recommended that we need to audit our culture, I'm now asking her, if you say we should do away with some aspect of our culture, what's going to be the replacement? Because if you say, okay, this aspect of our culture is not good, what are we going to replace it with? And you now say, okay, let's replace it with these Western practices. So I am now saying there's going to be an issue, because if you are trying to infuse Western culture, say American, for instance, into a Nigerian culture, there will be clash. Because the people you want to embrace that culture, they are not living in the same geographical area as Americans. Remember, every culture involves within a set of laws. Here in America, your culture and your laws are somehow interwoven. All right? I'll give you an example. Child bride, that is getting married to a minor, is prohibited in America. The law frowns against it. Even if some people, and I've heard that before, they used to marry kids under age 16, 15 years old. They used to marry them before in America years back. But as time goes on, people started frowning at it, and then America came up with a law that banned it outrightly. And even to date, that is why a child who is under 18, I think even under 21, you can go to a club in some states. So that's what I'm saying. American culture works for Americans. African culture are supposed to work for Africans. But right now, we are having a lot of issues with our cultures because, for instance, our culture places men above women a lot. That's why they always said, oh, African patriarchy, we have this patriarchal thing going on in Africa. So I am not talking about race. Now, the reference I make about children, let me clarify that. I have all my kids in America, for instance. They are Americans. If my children are speaking right now, you would think, you won't even know that me, that I have this accent, I'm the one who gave birth to them. These children, they are born here, they go to school here, they are growing up here. Definitely, this is the only word they know. And at the same time, I'm an African dad who believes in African culture. So, as much as my children are American kids, in my house, now that they still live under my roof, we try as much as possible to teach them African culture. So the reference I made earlier was that if I try to teach them the African ways, African culture, and African tradition, maybe by the time they hit age 18, they started living their own life. They have total disregard for my African beliefs and culture. My expectation should change. I'll give you an example. As an African dad, I believe I should provide for my children, train them, pray they become successful, and they should get married. I have to collect bride price. I have to have father and daughter dance. I believe my kids, they should also marry and have children. That is the African thing that I was raised with. Now, if after 18, maybe when they went to college, they start living their life and they'll be like, no, I don't want to get married. Oh, no, Dad, you don't have to be at my wedding, because people are doing it right now. Some kids, they get married, they have destination wedding. Sometimes they don't even invite their parents. It's part of the American thing. It is acceptable here. So I'm saying, if I notice my kids embrace the American culture more, I will quickly turn down my expectation. I'm not going to expect they're going to call me, Daddy, I'm bringing my boyfriend to come and know you. I'm not going to expect that we're going to have traditional wedding where the groom or bride or whatever, the family will come over, we sit down, we exchange kulana, another. I won't expect it, because that is not part of American culture. You feel me now, Jones? So it's not, I'm not saying well raised or not well, it is American culture. So a parent should expect that. For instance, in African culture, when you raise your kid, they become graduate, they make money, they are good, they are supposed to take care of you when you at old age. But here in America, you should provide for yourself. You should have insurance. You should even pay for your own burial. So if my children embrace American lifestyle, I should know not to expect them to take care of me at old age, because I'm supposed to have life insurance. I'm supposed to have medical insurance. I'm supposed to have retirement benefit. I'm going to have 401k. I'm supposed to have this other benefit, social security, and all that. It's different as an African dad. So I believe, I don't know, maybe I answer your question, but that is what I was trying to clarify there. And then the second question you asked here, Africans need to stop with the narrative of being the height of morals, because with all the corruption in Africa, rape, underage marriage, etc., how moralistic is African upbringing? Thank you. That's another good question. And that is why we're having this conversation. A lot of crap happens in Africa. There's no doubt about it. So many terrible things happens in Africa. And it is not limited to Africans alone. No. It's happening all over the world. Every country, every nation have their challenges. The only thing is, which of those challenges make it to the media, make it to the social media, or make it to news media? Which of those challenges are people in the international community aware of? In our case as Africans, the international media, for instance, they reported more negative news about Africans than positive. Two, we have terrible leaders in Africa. Our leaders are not doing us no good at all. Corruption, yes. Corruption is everywhere. But when it comes to managing corruption, I think we are doing a terrible job as Africans. So this is not about morality. The conversation today was basically, we started by looking at marriage and at what age is it right or wrong. And I'm always coming from the point of view of an African. All right. So I don't know if I'm able to answer your question to some extent, Jones, but thank you for pointing that out. All right. Thank you, everybody. Mr. Dio.
Yes, sir.
This conversation don't work out all over the place today. Let's just round up, because I got to go. These people that are working for me, they are almost rounding up now. So, Mr. Dio,
yes, sir.
What's your final take on male, 40 years plus, single, no marriage, nothing, 45 years, no picking, nothing? What's your final take, sir?
As it has been said all along, it is not it's not a general law. Okay, If everything is okay with the person and the person desire to have a family and the person desire to have children, but as at that age, and it's not as if he has any problem or hindrances, then it's a red flag. But if he had been facing some challenges in his life that he actually wanted it, but somehow it is not coming his way yet, then it's another issue entirely. So it's not the general law that but to me it's not wise as an African for you to be at 40 and you're not yet married or not have had any children. That's what I have
Yeah.
to say. Then in my
Thank you,
closing, sir,
sir.
I want to quickly say something just before I leave, sir.
All right,
I
sir.
read some comments, Marot and Co. and people that are talking about African culture and all. You must understand one thing. Africa has been evolving before the West came, and we were very, very good in every aspect of our lives.
Thank you.
Western, they destroy our culture. Now we are now embracing their culture. Meanwhile, we are now eating our own culture. That's what really happened. Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you, Mr. Dyer. I appreciate you, man. Whew, today conversation hard. Even Sister Rose took off like, wow, this is hot. Simbi, my troublemaker. Simbi, your final take, man, 40, 45 years and co. No marriage, nothing. Your final take.
It's
The one
not a
thing
red
about
flag,
your
sir.
gender, Simbi, anyway, if person even they fight for a gender, una no go fight for herself. Una matter don't tire me. But anyway, what's your
Now,
final take?
it's not a red flag, Uncle Ben. Life just happened, and that because the society is putting so much pressure on men and women, that's exactly why we have so many baby daddies and baby mamas out there.
Okay.
Because a man does not want to get married, but the society is pressuring him, and then he gets a woman pregnant, and the next
Yeah.
thing is he becomes a deadbeat. So tell me, is it not better for him not to have a child than to have a child that he doesn't even want to care for? And then in the future, somebody is coming to say, I'm still your dad. No matter what, I'm still your dad. That's where we are today now.
Simbi, just one quick
That's where
question
we are
finally
today.
for you. Simbi, one quick question for you. The guy you're dating, I don't know, I'm just giving an example. Accomplished guy, big boy, money day, everything day. He's okay, he's good. He's maybe 39 or maybe 40 years old. And you really like him. He treats you right. He did everything. And after a year or two now, you think that this guy give me everything I want. He's right. His behavior, everything is perfect. But it's been 2 years. Where are we heading? You ask him, where are we going with this relationship? I love you. You love me. You are a great guy. I love everything about you. But you still don't show me any direction of where we are headed. The guy now said, I'm sorry, Simbi. I just like us to be like this. I think we are good like this together. I don't want to get married and I don't even want children. I'm sorry, but I really love you. You know, I love you. I will give you everything. I enjoy our kiriwa together, but I just don't want to be married. And I don't think I can be a dad. What would be your answer?
He doesn't want to be married and he doesn't want to be a dad.
Yeah.
I
What would
cannot
be
be
your
with
answer?
that kind of man, no. Love is not enough. Me, I want
Why?
to be married
No,
and I
no,
want
no.
to be a
Okay.
mom.
Okay.
This is not
So
about the society, Uncle Ben. This is me.
wait now. We are saying the same thing. Why? Why don't you accept him like that? He's a nice guy.
Our what's it called? Our philosophy does not align. So I cannot be with that kind of person.
Okay.
Can you hear me, sir?
Okay. You cannot
Yes,
be
our
with
philosophy
him.
does not align. I can't be
Why?
with him.
Why can't you be with him? Why are you
I can't.
trying? He loves you. You are the love of his life. Why can't you just marry him? Why can't you just accept him the way he is? He don't want to
Accept
be
him the way
married.
he is.
Yeah, he don't want to be married and he don't want children. Why can't you just accept him?
I cannot accept him. He deserves to be with someone who reasons like him, who shares his
Okay.
philosophy of not wanting to be married. There are women out there
Okay.
that
Okay.
probably share this philosophy. I don't want to be married and I don't want to have kids. But me, I want to have kids and I want to be married. So it's not going to work. I'm not going to
Okay.
stay
Good.
because of money. And I'm not going to stay
Okay.
because he says he loves me.
All right.
That's not what
So
I want.
you
So
let
that's
him
what I'm
go,
talking
right?
about.
You let him go.
I'll
After
let
2 years,
him go.
he has to go. All right. You meet the
Let
next
him go.
guy. You meet the next guy. He's a business owner. He's an Odogun, handsome, international trips. He takes you to Dubai, do everything. Life was so super fun. He's 45. 2 years together again. You pop the same question and he'd be like, I like my life like this. I've seen how
Uncle Ben, wait.
marriage is
So
catching these
why do
days.
I have to pop the question? Like,
You
how am I
pop,
going to be in a
oh,
relationship and
wait,
I'll
wait, wait,
not see
wait,
signs
wait,
that this guy just get married to me?
wait. So, wait, you are not popping question of marriage. I mean, you pop the same question of, where are we heading with this relationship?
I don't
Another
need to
guy
ask
now.
where we are heading.
Mm-hmm.
I think when I'm in that relationship, I can tell if that guy wants to keep me. Let me
He's
that
treating
way.
you
I
right.
can tell.
Don't you hear what I said? He's treating you right. Perfect guy. What are you
Yeah, a
saying?
man can be treating you right and still not want to get married to you.
Okay, how would you know you don't want to get married to you?
The signs will be there. You're wasting time.
What is Simbi? These are the argument you can't win. That's why I always tell you guys as young ladies, you need to
my God.
listen when we are explaining some of these things at times. Life doesn't
Okay,
work
Uncle
the way
Ben,
you
what did
guys
I say wrong now?
What you say wrong is the first instance I give you, I say 2 years, you pop the question that okay, where is this relationship heading to? And he said no. You say you will let him go. And now say, okay, another one now. Good guy, money day, CEO, you travel, you go everywhere. He's nice, he treats you right. Now, the relationship don't they go like 2 years again. I say, okay, you pop the same question. You say, why would you be the one to pop the question? So, in other words, you are saying that, okay, if you are with a man, the relationship is dragging to 2 years, you will not ask him, where are we going with this relationship? He is nice to you. He did everything right. He even take you to his parents, everything. But he's not making that
Uncle
move for
Ben,
marriage. You
Uncle
know, go
Ben,
ask
if
and say,
I
what
have
you
Uncle Ben, wait, hold on, sir. If I have to ask a man, where
do?
are we headed? That means there's something wrong somewhere.
Like,
He
what is
should
wrong?
naturally be the one to say, you know what? Let's make this official. I need to go see your
Okay.
mom. I need to go see your dad.
I am,
But
well,
if I have to ask him, this is a case of no disrespect to Peggy and Fred, because there was a statement she made, Uncle Ben. She said, Federick, I'm a fine girl, oh. Men are asking me out, oh. Time is not going, time is going, no. You understand? That's more like, Oga, are you marrying me or not?
and
If I
so,
have to be in the, if it has to get to the point,
Simbi,
it won't even get to the point. Not now, sir. Can you hear me,
Simbi,
sir?
yeah,
Yes.
I don't want to do back and forth with you, but for the purpose of
We are not doing
lesson,
back and forth, please.
no, it's gonna be back and forth. I don't want to do back and forth with you, but for the
Okay.
purpose of the lesson in today's message, this is what I would just say, and for young girls that are listening now. You see the way Simbi just said, why would I pop the question? If he's the right guy, he's supposed to pop. Guys that treat you well, treat you right, do everything perfect. You people have chemistry, things work together. It's been 2 years. You don't want to ask him because he's downgrading. It doesn't look good for you to ask him, where are we headed with this relationship? He's supposed to know. He's supposed to ask the right question. That is how you get to see 40 years old, 45 men like Frederick Leonard dating a woman for 7 years without popping the question.
I've never dated that long.
Don't worry.
If I'm with
Let
you
people,
1 year and you're not showing
okay.
signs, you've not come to say, but that is late now. You've
Yeah.
not been to
This
my
is
house.
saying a man should know his plan for you. If it doesn't,
Exactly.
then it's bounce. We are
I'll
saying
bounce. You will not see
almost the
me
same thing.
bouncing, sir.
We are
Or
saying almost the same
thank you
thing.
cannot talk,
It's
sir.
just that argument. Women like to argue. So now no go quick see the point in what I've been saying since the beginning of this. Yes, now what I've been saying since the beginning of this show is the same thing you guys are saying.
That we should see the red flags and run, right? Uncle
Once
Ben, we are
a
saying the
guy
same thing.
Once a guy treats you right, he looks perfect for you. Everything is okay with him. Money day, house day, he's doing fine. He appreciates you. He really takes good care of you. Una get chemistry. And the man is not popping the question. One, it's a time waster. Two, he doesn't really have a plan to marry you. Three, that's the type of man that will become 40 years, 50 years old, single. And finally, people will defend the same type of man by saying, hey, maybe you don't want to marry. It's okay. And on that note, I still stand by my original take. Any man, you are 45, 40, 45, no children, no baby, nothing. You are not married, you are a walking red flag. I can only leave a 2% grace. The rest 98%, if you are hearing me now, verse for me if you want verse for me. You are a walking disaster.
Jesus.
You are part of the problem our young ladies are facing. If you don't want to be married, don't date any girl. No sleep with nobody. Pack your prick. Go find your fellow men where you go chill with. You are creating confusion and creating problem for women. I know say I know the line person speak for now, but I will still speak anyway because I'm an uncle. Those guys that way would they say give him grace, 40, 45, he's not married, just give him grace. It's just like that. You are a red flag. If you are giving that grace, you are the reason you have baby mamas out there on the street. You are the reason that grace when I say would they give them, except for the 5% or 2%, where my sisters, Auntie Grace and Dr. Adam, my sister Natu spoke about, that there are some people who might have some situation that really make them don't want to be married. Except for those people, the rest 95 or 90%, you are a walking disaster. If you don't want to be married as a man, don't sleep with any woman. The more women you sleep with, the more problem you are creating in the society. Don't sleep with any woman. Just go meet your fellow agege. When are the kids, the jolly, go to gentlemen's club, have fun. Marriage is not for you. I agree. But as a man,
I think I like this point, Uncle Ben.
You are sleeping up and down with women, knocking them up and down. Oh, marriage is not for me. I don't think I want children. I don't want children. Marriage is not for me. And yet, every night you are sleeping with girls. Those girls you are sleeping with, you go toast them. Or won't you ask them out? Simbi, I know they toast girl. They go just touch the girl will just open your ass down.
Don't mind them. Is it not better for us to know that you're not into women?
You are toasting them.
Be free. Come out of the closet.
You tell them sweet stories. You tell them sweet things that made them fall for you. Hey, baby.
Don't mind them.
Can I take you out this weekend? What you doing? There's a show coming. I got 2 tickets for you. VVIP ticket. Want to spend some time with me? We can go to Dubai. I have some reservation in California. You start giving them hope. You start sleeping with them up and down. And at the end of the day, when you reach 40, when people are beginning to now frown, you now want to come out and say, I really don't want to be married. When I look at life, raising children is stressful, and yet you have slept with hundreds of. I don't know. I don't think women really understand what I'm talking about. Anyway, I don't want to get them. I leave it to you guys.
Ben, I like this your point. I like this particular
up and down. Sleeping with women till they are 40. Come on, what are you saying? That is part of the problem in our society. So the rest of the men will be say they do it the right thing. They are now wrong. You are 40 plus, you are not married as a man. You don't give people belly, you don't get son, you don't get picky, you don't get nothing. And God has been good to you. Everything is working. And you are not married. You are a disgrace. You are a disaster. You are a failure. If you are an African or you are from Nigeria, you are a disgrace to your father. You are a disgrace to your mom. You are a curse to your community. You are a curse to your family. 40, 45, no marriage. You never married before. You never give person belly before. No picking. You are not responsible for anybody. You are a walking disaster. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Simbi, last prayer.
And the table has been broken.
Thank you, Yari. Thank you, my sister Marriott. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Jones. Thank you, Juliet. Thank you, everybody. My Dr. Adama, God bless you. Sister Nachu, we love you. Mr. Dayo, you are always an uncle Egbon. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being part of today's show. Please, if you have not subscribed, like the show. I'll see you guys in the next one. All the opinion I expressed today, they are strictly mine. Please do not take it against anybody. You are free to disagree with my point of view. I'm a coconut head. I'm a traditional guy. Okay. My take is not final. Don't just say, oh, Ben said it. That's supposed to be it. It's a lie. It's just my personal opinion. You are always free to disagree with me. Okay. I am just expressing my opinion based on how I see life. All right. So I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless you all, everybody.